I'm glad we were on this.
And we're live, and hopefully everything is going according to plan. Hey, hi, hello, my name is Ty Prowant, and welcome to our Dungeons & Dragons show, Friends and Fireballs. We are a bunch of people who decided it'd be a good idea to get together every Wednesday night and play Dungeons & Dragons. So, I'm really excited to get into this, but first of all, we have an announcement. Mason, would you please make our first announcement for tonight? That would... player 2 down there.
Yeah,
Bam.
player 2. Mm-hmm. I'm always player 2.
Yeah, you're Luigi.
So, this thing right here, this book, Tyranny of Dragons, it's actually 2 books in one. Nice. And it's exclusive to hobby shops, except for tonight, because we're going to be giving this here book away during the break. So, if you want a chance to win this book, stick around to the break time. And we'll have all the details there. This is a fancy freaking book, man. Like,
here, go put that in front of the camera.
Yeah.
Player.
All that down.
Yeah.
Look
There
at
you
that
go.
shit,
Model
man.
that, Dusty.
So yeah, that's the book we're giving away. So stick around during the break, and if you want this, anywhere in the United States, we'll be giving that away.
I expect you to be shirtless next time you promo.
Thank you very much for that. Oh, you're the best. So for our next announcement, we will have Tamara. Please, what is your announcement for tonight?
All right, just remember to follow us on Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
Yeah.
At Friends and Fireballs.
Friends of Fireball.
Either you can do
Hashtag
that
RG.
now, or you can keep watching.
Yeah.
But you have to do it. Great. So,
By watching this stream, you agree by a verbal contract to like, subscribe, and share.
yes.
Or we will take legal action.
So we're acting like the government now.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Perfect.
I will be the man.
Do it.
We can be the man.
Do
be
it.
the man you're born to be.
Do it.
Either way, let's get into tonight's game. What do y'all say?
Let's do it.
Fucking play
Okay,
D&D, bro.
great. So,
Corey said I need a lawyer.
I realize that some of you for the first time might be watching, and so real quickly we will go around the table and introduce everybody's characters as they are sitting right now inside of Siroko's Speakeasy, a magical tavern that is connected to this world in the city of Sora. The adventurers in question right now are currently downstairs out in the grand hall. There's a couple people out tonight, but you're sitting around a tavern table on benches, drinking. You've had a week where you've been doing several different things, which we'll get into. But if we could, Mason,
Yep.
would you please describe Gentiana?
Gentiana. She's hot.
Very.
Well, I got notes for this. Well, Gentiana is something that Ty has created. It's a Eva class, race, excuse me, mixed between angel and vampire. She's pretty sweet. She's kind of old school, wears like Victorian type garb, and very like elegant looking. She wears a mask that betrays her moods that have been. If you've been watching the show so far, you will have seen the magicalness that is her mask and how it works in different aspects of the game and stuff.
If you switch to the battle cam, I'll be able to put this out so that they can see a little bit of artwork while they're describing it. I don't know how good it looks.
That is her, uncolored. If you want to see what she looks like colored, because Ty is so well thought and prepared, it's on our banner above us somewhere. Yeah. You can see all the characters, but yep, this is the creation I came up with. Why do I play a female? I had a name, and that's all I went with. I've always wanted to play a name, this name, so I had the name. I just needed the character, and boom. That's
Very
her.
nice.
She's beautiful. I love her.
Thank you, my dude. I think she is one of the ones I had the most fun drawing. Sam, would you please do the pleasure of describing Babel for us?
Babel is a mana spawn. It is also a race unique to this setting. They're basically anthropomorphized magic. People who've been created for magic. She has no face, as you've probably noticed. Let's see. Can't tell on this version of the picture, but her skin slightly glows silver most of the time, though that can change. She's currently dressed in an outfit that's about a decade or so out of style and doesn't really seem to fit right. But,
Okay, thank you so much for that. Y'all are gonna like Babel, I know it. Next up, Dusty, will you please describe Kai?
Sure. So, I'll let you do that one this time. My character is named Kai, and
See, you shouldn't have let me do it.
That's perfect.
You handed it to the wrong person.
all right, you can put it down. Thank you. Kai is a salty bastard from the sea, and he has trust issues, and he smells like sea salt. He is a artificer with a pirate background, and yeah, that's pretty much it.
Thank you for that, my dude. Next up, Steven, will you please introduce Zoran?
Yes, I'm also a mana spawn, and I was created as kind of a magical entity to help prevent disease, cure diseases, and extend life. And then I got my own conscience, so I resemble the human that I was kind of given to without like any facial features and all that, and I glow blue. And given my purpose, I'm very reserved, I think is the word I want to use, and passive. I don't like the conflict, so you'll catch on quickly that I'm pretty much a pacifist, and it's been very interesting to play in a game that revolves around combat and roleplay.
It has been very interesting so far, and you would definitely be able to see how interesting it was the last episode. But thank you for that.
Mm-hmm.
And next up, Tamara, please describe
Yes.
Beatrix.
Beatrix is also an Ava, like Mason had described. She's a paladin class. She's donned in gold armor. Her background's a doctor, so she has a heart for helping other people. She also is not trusting, and just is trying to discover who she is.
Thank you so much, everybody. So you find yourselves at the table, and literally. Also, I really like the fact that the chat just rolls with the fact someone's dressed in a Spider-Man outfit tonight, and no one says a word about it. I love it. Now, with what y'all been doing the last week, you've been leaving the tavern, making your way through the city, accomplishing different tasks that you had decided was important for your character. We don't have to role play each one of those moments, but we can talk about what you did, and there might be some roles we have to do. So we'll start on the same side of this table we started before. So Mason, what does Gentiana get into?
Not a whole lot. She's gonna kind of keep to herself, explore the town a little bit. She's mainly going to procure more sustenance.
Okay.
And that's really about it. And
Sounds exotic.
doesn't it? But mainly stick to herself and keep to her own, vice, and kind of create a better connection with her patron.
Okay. So I'm gonna need you to make 2 rolls.
Sure.
In order to feed your hunger for the week, I need you to roll a d20 this is going to see if there was any complications over the week.
Okay.
Our fans.
That's a big fat 9.
9. Okay.
Benign and a half.
Now, you were successful. You had partaken of drink, which satisfies your urge to drink blood. What district did you go to?
Didn't you say District 3 was the forest area?
District 2 is the forest area.
That's what I went with.
Okay. In which case, you have been most likely to come upon a farm in partaking. Did you leave them alive?
Of course.
Okay.
I don't kill them unless I have to.
Okay. Would you drink of an animal or a person?
To keep a low profile animal. I don't want to cause somebody harm that doesn't need to be harmed.
Easily done, I think. Lastly, with your patron, what do you do this week to become closer?
Mainly just try to make just like conversation, or I guess it would be like a prayer, since this is like a deity of sorts.
Mm-hmm.
You know, again, thanking this so gracious being for bestowing me the power that he has and giving me a purpose in life and being able to help others and stuff like that.
Okay. Okay, we'll see what happens with that.
Sure.
I'm going to hold on to a little bit of that. That is what you spend your week doing. What about Babel?
Well, for the first day, she mostly just stayed in her room, contemplating about what had happened the day before. Next day, she was on another little walking trip around town. First to an liquor store.
Mm-hmm.
She went and she made sure she looked at the shelf that Kai keeps getting his drinks off of. Looked down things. Looked at one of the bottles, made sure to get one of the ones from there.
Okay.
And also like really cheap rot gut liquor too. Then
Okay.
Okay.
Do you ask Zench for it?
no, to go out and buy it somewhere else.
Okay.
Then she goes to a tannery. You hand that to him?
To who?
Like
A tannery.
A tannery.
Okay.
Place where they tan. leather.
Tan your hide.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sensual.
Can I read the first thing it says?
No, I
Okay.
read the rest of it to see. She finds if there's like a female dwarf worker there. And explains to them about how he did not pay attention. Explains to them about how
No, I paid attention. I was just trying to.
explain to them about how there's this, she severely screwed up with someone and she tried to make up to it by giving him a gift, but I mean there might be like a weird cultural confusion because the guy was like he's clearly part elf and he peed in it, and maybe that's just things elves do. Like dogs mark territories.
That's not what we did.
Oh shit.
Okay.
So,
I see a part where we do need a role play.
yeah, I figured that.
Okay.
So she wants to try and make it up and try and reach him at a level that he might understand. So she wants to get something special for him at this tannery.
Okay. I need to keep reading too. I'm sorry. Okay.
Elves are weird. Maybe that's what they just do.
Piss and
Maybe.
conch cells? I mean,
Pissing conch shells.
They have
Don't like
weird
being
arts.
pissed on.
There you go.
it's better to be pissed off than pissed on.
Exactly.
Depends on who.
Okay.
better to be pissed
So
off than pissed
I need
on.
you to make a stealth check.
A stealth
For
check.
that one or for like
Oh, the first one. I'm pretty sure the first one would happen just very awkwardly. The second paragraph
I'm
here.
honest.
We don't know what's going on either, guys.
Yeah.
I'm honest to them
It's
about
okay.
the first what I want, so
Okay.
I don't need stealth.
All right. So you don't want the world to know, or like you don't want the viewers to know.
Well, I mean,
What is on this
I
note?
am getting a gift for Kai, so I don't want to ruin anything.
Okay. I think so. Then Kai should close. Cover his ears.
Sha-la-la-la-la-la, don't be scared.
Well, then they can't hear.
Oh, sorry. Sorry, guys.
I imagine eventually it's going to come out, but I'd like for him to be surprised when it does.
Okay. Well, I need you first to make a stealth check
Mm-hmm.
because I think this first part can happen, right?
The first part, I went to a female dwarf because I figured that would be most likely to help me in this.
She helped you.
Yeah.
Okay. So now you make.
So
It's okay, we're confused too.
Okay.
For the
So
second, imagine
you
with,
you approach the bar and
Yeah.
Zen, she sees you come up. Hey, how are you doing? And he's like restocking the shelves down here.
Mhm.
Make a stealth check.
11. I'm done.
11 total.
Mhm.
And so there's a hand that floats up to the shelf that's trying to place a bottle on the shelf, right?
Mhm.
Okay. Hey, whoa! Hey, you can't take that from there.
Oh,
And he
no.
grabs it out of the air and puts it back on the shelf.
Okay. I was.
That's reserved for. Can you read? And it says Kai.
Mhm.
Are you? You're not Kai, right? I don't have y'all confused.
I don't.
I mean,
think-
you're all kind of
Mhm.
together. Is he okay with you? Want
No,
you want that?
Well,
Here, I can. And he brings the bottle down, puts it down. You want me to pour you a glass of this?
No, I mean, I was hoping to figure out which drinks he likes so I could get him some.
Okay. Well, I've never seen him not grab rum,
Okay.
so that's a thing.
Well, the reason I
What?
really.
What would Zench know that you're always drinking?
Purple stuff.
Purple stuff.
Purple stuff.
Yeah, that bottle with the purple stuff.
The purple drink.
That's what he's always drinking.
Purple drink.
Mhm.
Okay.
Well, see, I also want to ask you about something else.
Okay.
You remember the first night we came in here, we ended up having more people?
Oh
showing up?
yeah.
Do you know the lady's name? Because I never got to ask.
Now you're talking about when y'all came out and helped with that dream scenario. Well, I think there was a girl named Lulu. There was a girl
I know
named
her,
Kumi.
And I know Kumi.
And
the
they're-
elf lady.
I don't know. She just kind of ran off once she was out and about. You'll have to ask Equinix.
Well, I know I could, but I thought it'd be awkward.
Oh yeah. I mean,
I mean,
they were friends and
Mhm.
and she died, and that wasn't it wasn't good for him.
Well, because I imagine she's just like really confused right now about things because the other ones didn't have any memories and she.
I think they all are
Yeah.
very confused. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Are you trying to talk to them here soon?
Oh, when it's appropriate, yeah.
All right.
Because I imagine they might be busy with other things.
Yeah, getting their life together. I
Mhm.
mean, they got no obligations.
Mhm.
They were born in a dream.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Zench, by the way, is a hulking man, just all muscle, shirtless barkeep that's been hired with horns that come up. Very handsome. And as he's saying all this to you, he's just doing bar stuff, cleaning stuff up, like moving glasses around. Yeah, you know what? Maybe you should talk to Equinix. I think since it was his dream, it would make sense to me. But all right. So no drinks. You're good.
No, not now.
Okay. So there is now an additional bottle on that shelf. I haven't read the rest of this.
When I get upstairs, when you kick the door, is there an actual hole in the door?
Yes, there's a hole in
All
there.
right. I just slip a little note through the hole in the door, saying that I'm really sorry, Kai, for everything, and if you can find it in your heart to forgive me, I have something for you.
I'm just kidding.
Oh, she got toilet paper. Holy shit.
No, yeah, Kai will, sure, why not? So Kai opens the door slightly, because I'm working on some stuff in my room. But yeah, I'll come out with the note. And you're already downstairs?
I guess I'm.
It's wherever you want to be. Did you grab the note immediately after she placed it?
No, like I was,
Oh, okay. So this is a little later on.
Yeah, like maybe 5
You can
minutes.
get to the note whenever you want.
Yeah.
You can bump into her whenever you want.
Cool.
I mean, y'all live in the same apartment area. So okay. Are y'all getting into it or?
No, wait.
Okay. What are you tinkering on in there?
Well, there's this. This
Okay.
cannot be read by
So
anyone.
many notes. Oh. Y'all all.
So many secrets.
Here, I need a pen.
It's
You're the
a.
best of
so
all of
it's-
us at keeping secrets.
I got a.
What are you talking
We
about?
know nothing.
Secrets everywhere.
So
I feel unprepared now.
I'm gonna write a note just so I have one.
Just says,
I'm
hey,
gonna draw
Ty.
a picture.
Okay,
But yeah,
so
Kai's-
don't read this out loud.
Kai's been tinkering with.
Okay, this is what we talked about that one time.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Wow.
all right, cool. Yeah.
So many
Is that what you're working on?
That is the first thing. Well, okay. Let me just role play this.
All right.
So, what I have been working on is, as an artificer, I have an iron defender. So I have been working on basically a mechanical dire crab that's about up to my waist. As I am finishing the last little,
What is that?
What is it?
I take the panel off of my right robotic leg. I pull the glowing blue compass out, and I fix it. Well, I open up the head, and I set it in. I shift it. With my tinkering tools, I just kind of sit there and piddle for a minute, but I need to make sure that this works. So
Yeah, so make a, we're going to make a tinkering check.
Yes.
So you got your tinker's tools, you're proficient in that, so that would be your proficiency plus your intelligence modifier.
I actually have a double proficiency in it.
You got expertise.
Yeah.
Dope. So double that proficiency, add your intelligence, roll that shit, and we'll see what happens if your endeavors were successful.
Can I get advantage? Let's see.
Using your bomb.
It's just a
13.
matter of 13.
Oh.
So you have Stevie assembled. When you go and put the compass in, it doesn't light up. It takes you about 4 days to get through the process of
Okay.
like troubleshooting. Well, why didn't this work? And then
Which I've been, if that's the case, I've been locked in my room for 4 days.
Okay, so you're just doing that. The note slides in. You might have missed it whenever it came in, and like everything else out there in the world that's revolving around you. If you go out for food, like you probably don't even say anything to anybody. You just grab it and go. And
Yeah.
So
What a dick.
Stevie.
now
Yeah. Oh.
you drop. You finally figure out what it was that was the problem, and then.
You remember how she communicates, right?
How does she communicate?
She's basically, it's like a Han and Chewie scenario. I'm the
Okay.
only one that knows what she's saying.
Mhm.
I built her language. But
Does
it's
make the
boops
Chewie
and
noise.
whistles like
Okay.
R2-D2.
Okay.
So, but anyway. And I just slowly kind of like pat the head. Stevie.
Kind of puts two legs on the ground, and one at a time.
Are you okay? Is it really you? And I get down on my knees and I'm just kind of holding her, shaking. I thought I lost you. And I just kind of... It's an adjustment. I understand that. This is your life now. But I don't know what I would have done if I'd lost you, Stevie.
And Stevie, like with part of its body that would be closest to its head, kind of rubs on you if you're kneeling down beside
Yeah,
her. And
which I
kinda
straight up hug her.
crab arms give you a hug
Yeah.
too.
Oh, he's under attack. We gotta save him. Kill him.
Oh my god.
It's fucking mechanical. Kill it.
Do you remember anything? Oh. I don't quite exactly know where we are. Got a makeshift crew, but I think we're in over our heads, Stevie. We gotta stay close.
And it kind of like gets into a battle position, like arms in front of it.
Oh, the voice. Yeah. I had to keep up the persona, and I click a scale and detach it from my neck.
Mhm.
My dear Stevie, this is my life now. From here on out is the way things are. Now, I'm fucking thirsty. Let's introduce you to the crew.
And Stevie will, as you're leading out the door, follow behind you. Kukung, 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 kukung. As a mechanical crab, after you open the door, you walk out. She is in tow behind you. This is a moment where everybody happened to be eating a meal at the table in the apartment, and you come out.
I'd like to introduce you to the newest member of our crew.
What the fuck is that?
Not what. Who? Her name is Stevie. Fireball! So remember that note that I just handed? No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, God.
Luckily, I have a backup character right here.
Stevie, you say?
Hi.
You've said that name before. Is this what you were talking about?
Not
A
this.
mechanical crab?
This is just a construct, a body to carry her essence. She was me ship. And now she is what she is.
Stevie the crab. Okay.
I'm looking through that dictionary on the couch, and I go to ship,
Crab.
and I'm like,
Ship.
it's a bit small for a ship.
She used to be me ship. Now she's me companion. And I'd appreciate it if you all showed her some respect, because she's not just a piece of machinery.
I didn't mean any disrespect. I've just never seen a mechanical crab before.
None taken.
Kukling, kukling.
It's trying to shake my hand.
Yes.
Basically.
May I?
Of course.
And systematically, Stevie will try and politely go up to the rest of you.
As she goes up to Babel,
Wait, as she goes up to Babel, do you go to shake? And then he puts it back. She puts it back down, politely.
Easy there, Stevie.
Ding, 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 ding.
This is very good work. Is this you got from the spiders?
The femur, yeah, it's actually the bone, and I pull out the remnants of a bone, which I've shaved down into a shiv, and I hand it to her.
Mm-hmm. She's
In
gonna
case
eat it.
we get into another hairy situation.
Mm-hmm.
And then come on, Stevie. And as I've introduced Stevie, I'm going down to the tavern
Okay.
as I'm drinking and walking.
The
Yes?
You might want to worry about one of the bottles down there.
The fuck you do to me, liquor?
Well, technically, it wasn't your liquor. It's just a bottle up there. The whistle remembers water quite well.
Something else to piss in. And I walk out.
Oh, it doesn't need any more.
Duly noted. And then we leave.
Wow.
Dude, y'all
Doesn't
haven't read
need
this
any
note. The first thing it says is don't laugh.
Alright,
not
shut
the
the stream
word.
down. We failed.
That is not the weirdest thing I've ever done in a game, and you know it.
Yeah, I do know it.
I think we've all done weird shit in games.
Not that weird.
Okay.
How's your dictionary
So
study going?
the rest of your week probably will entail drinking and celebrating and reminiscing with Stevie down at the bottom in the tavern in the Grand Hall.
I do want to test one thing.
Okay.
And it's a spell, so I know I'll have this back because of an extra 2-day time frame.
Yeah.
I just want to test it and make sure it actually works.
Okay. So if you were to approach either Sirocco or Zench or anyone that works at the establishment, they were
actually looking for Sirocco on this one.
Hey, what's up, man?
I have a quick question for you.
I got a quick answer for you.
Nice. Is there something in here I can use for target practice? Just
Yeah,
as a...
you need a training room?
Perfect.
Okay,
Sorry. This... Stevie, say
Sirocco
hello.
gets down onto all fours and kind of like, comically, kind of like a crab. And is like, wow. I've never seen somebody make a crab out of metal. What else is it made out of?
Various things.
Okay. You see his eyes light up for a second. If you know the identify spell, that's what he's doing. Wow. You're very talented. Yeah, actually, here, follow me. Let's go down. Stevie, come on. And Sirocco takes you down a hallway. It's a very long corridor, and at the end, there's double doors. And instead of opening into the city, there on this side of the tavern, it opens up into this massive expanse that this blank white room is. Just, you don't know where it ends, how tall up it goes, and there seems to be like a surface that is all white, but it doesn't really seem like it's a floor, and you kind of like test it and step out on it for a second, and it's just some sort of blank, faceless surface that's completely smooth.
So, with the whole target practice, do you have targets in this room, Sirocco?
Well, you can bring targets in here. So, I don't have targets in here, but this would be a place to train. For you, you and your companions to come in here and practice.
Fair enough. Stevie, let's tussle. And then I take one of the pipes from the ship, from a bug out bag. I have modified it. It has 2 buttons on it. And when I click it, I'm going to cast Arcane Weapon.
Okay.
And I am going to attack Stevie, but we're sparring. We're not doing any it's non-lethal.
Just put you back together. Now I'm gonna kill you.
Yeah. Emphasis on non-lethal.
Sirocco is going to
All
kind
those
of...
bottles.
Do what now?
You have all the bottles you've been drinking from also.
Correct.
Sirocco is going to... he's going to walk and continue walking and then kind of walk into where the air would be, and at some point about 50 feet in the air just kind of sit and like cross-legged as if there was some surface underneath his butt, but there isn't.
I gotcha.
And just watch.
So when I click that button, I get to choose the damage type. I'm going to go with poison damage because I know she's immune to it, hence non-lethal. But I just want to make sure that it works. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
This is essentially Kai testing out a new weapon,
All right.
even though it's a spell. So I don't know if you want me to roll for that or not. It's just kind of...
In fact, just for this point, I would say that you're just going to make another tinker check for anything that you're trying to test out. We're going to lock it all in right here.
Yeah, and I'm testing her claw attack as well.
Okay.
So we're just kind of sparring, kind of a thing, bouncing around,
In
all that type of
fact,
shit.
there needs
No
to
roll.
be no roll because
Okay.
you're going to spend the remainder of your time doing this.
Yeah.
Troubleshooting
That'll
for
work.
the next 2 days. Great. At some point, if you relay that there is a training room available to all of you.
I will after our first sparring session,
Yeah.
so if anyone in that last 2 days wants to go do it.
And as you wrap up, Sirocco says, hey, also, if you want to go no holds barred, I can come here and referee, and y'all can fight against each other, and if any of you like die or something, maybe we can bring you back. Is that something you want to do?
I heard a maybe. I heard a maybe.
That sounds like a good little nugget of information there, Sirocco.
Okay.
So yeah.
Yeah, okay, great. Cool. So, Sirocco is going to
might
lead
be
you
able to
to
bring it
it
back.
after, like,
Before you
he's
go.
got his curiosity satisfied. What?
I have a question for you.
I got an answer for you.
I understand you created the speakeasy.
Yeah.
Did you also create Sora?
Not by myself, and I didn't create it. I wouldn't want to claim that, but I'm definitely one of the reasons that this city's here. But that would be between me and Equinix, who were the ones who kind of helped make sure this city could form. The people in power because of us.
Fair enough. And I immediately turn back to sparring.
Okay. then Sirocco leaves you to it. I feel like it would be Zaren's turn. What has Zaren been doing for the last week?
Studying a dictionary.
Read
Actually,
some
yeah.
books.
I read the entire dictionary,
Okay.
Twice.
and then I went and went looking for shops. Just 2 shops or
Okay.
3 shops. A shop that sells trinkets and just useless bits and bobs.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Sounds fun for me.
a general store, just
Okay.
general, because I'm looking specifically there, like potions and stuff, and like a store that sells magic items.
In the course of a week, you
Yeah.
would definitely be able to find anything that's in the player's handbook.
Okay, easy.
Is there some things you specifically want to buy? If so, then write a grocery list and price it out and hand it to me as is for the player's handbook. Was there anything specific that isn't listed in the book that you would like to go out and find?
All I'm gonna get is there's 5 of us. I only get 5 health potions.
Oh, okay.
So
You generous bastard.
I'm
you.
not giving them to you.
Oh, you dirty bastard, you.
You have to do something.
You
I'm the,
rat bastard.
I'm the medic. I'm gonna give it to you when you need it. I don't need just selling it.
Yeah.
What are you buying?
What are you
selling?
selling?
Now,
Come on, Portland. What are you selling?
is there? So that would be 50 gold pop for healing potions.
Truth.
Dope. And then that's going to be everything you do over the course of the week.
Yep.
Okay. Next up, Beatrix. Tamara, what has Beatrix been up to?
Sorry, it's distracting me.
It's okay.
She has just been in her room. She's trying to understand her wings. Like, she can make them go out sometimes, and then she's having trouble sometimes putting them back in.
Mm-hmm.
So after seeing like Kai's little crab,
Mm-hmm.
I want to go try to find Kai.
Okay. You will find him in the training room.
Okay. So
Which, when you walk in, I'm like cutting flips around Stevie, and Stevie's like
would
clamping and
I just
at me
know
and
where the
stuff.
training room was?
At some point, he said he would come and tell you.
Yeah, I told you guys after my first session. So.
Mm-hmm. Just one sec. Hey, Pete, do you
Yes.
mind if we wait till the break to? I appreciate the pictures though.
No problem. Yeah.
I just don't know if they're picking it up in the mics.
Yeah. You definitely don't want to hear that.
But definitely appreciate it, brother. So that's AP Pop Nutshell. So go over and subscribe. He's helping us produce all of this right now. But back to the story. So Beatrix, she has is going down to the training room to speak to Kai. There would have been a point where he would have mentioned it to you, it sounds like.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you see in front of you is a seemingly endless room of just white everywhere.
And we're just in the middle of tussle.
Kai, just when you have a moment. No.
Yes? Easy does it.
Yep.
It's not like on Andorra. I ain't no fucking sneak attacks. Yes?
So I noticed you built your little crab friend, or no, your
Stevie.
friend. That is a person. That is Stevie. Let me talk, man.
You see what I gotta fucking put up with?
But I was wondering, these things that have popped out of my back, they're kind of malfunctioning, but they kind of look like Stevie a little bit.
Are they exposed right now, or are they still in?
Well, they're like half
I gotcha.
contracted. They're struggling.
And I pull out my monocle for, it's like a little zoom monocle.
Okay.
And I just pull it up.
It's got a camera lens.
Fascinating. May I?
Well, yes, it's
And
stuck.
just turn around. And then I want to go ahead and, I guess, make a whatever check to determine.
First of all, make an investigation check.
Cool. God damn it.
I told you not to use the box.
This box is cursed and is no longer part of the production. All right.
Yeet!
Fucking fucking.
That was a whopping natural 1.
Okay.
Oh, fuck.
So you kind of, yeah. So
Oh, sorry.
That's my ass.
so whatever.
Doesn't go up there.
All right. So as like you're in there futzing and like you're looking at it for a sec and you're like, you take your finger and you put it right in it. And as you do, whatever you press has brought the wings in and collapsed them in back into the armor and taken your finger along for the ride. You
Your
yank it
finger's
out
not
and you
stopping.
deglove your finger.
Deglove my finger?
Yes.
What do
You take 1 point of damage.
Oh, okay.
And you've degloved your finger, as in like there was skin there, now there's not.
I got you.
And like you're screaming in the air.
Fuck!
Oh, I've got a band-aid. Hold up.
Make a medicine check.
Is he bleeding in front of her?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I go ahead and say, Ty, that it actually took the tip off, and it's just kind of like
Yeah.
Okay.
Just the tip.
just the tip.
So.
Oh,
And,
he's dead.
Medicine. Oh wow.
Wow.
Why'd I use your?
Now, was
That's
that
his
for your
box.
was that for your vampire craving, or was that for
Oh,
the medicine?
shit.
thing?
That. Well,
Stevie, defensive positions.
Okay, look, I don't want to bite you. Okay, can you just like dribble it in my mouth?
Oh my god. Oh my god.
What is this called? What's happening?
The
So.
tip tastes so good.
Oh my god. This is now an adult show.
Kids, go to bed.
I grab
The tip
a
of
small
your
piece of
finger
cloth and
gets your
just
mind
quickly
out of the
just.
gutter.
And from
Okay.
Stevie. Stevie's a baby.
So what was that roll for a second ago though? It was
I like straight fail. It was like,
okay for your vampire craving.
Mhm.
And instead of lunging out in an attack, you demanded that.
Yeah.
Okay.
give me.
You
this-
grabbed him by the
dribble
hand and you
his
started
finger.
to drink it. A little bit of blood that is coming out his finger.
I'm not trying to bite.
So
Hold up.
She-
Natural 20.
okay. Awesome.
Here's your band-aid.
so as she oh my god, you broke me. All right.
Oh, shit.
So once she's done drinking the blood out of your finger, it's actually elevating the wound a little bit, so it's kind of helping stop some of the bleeding. And then she quickly
Very
pulls out a
nice.
bandage and doctors you up just fine. You should be okay.
Good thing I'm left-handed.
So what you've gleaned from this is that you think something with her armor, I don't know, whatever, it was such a quick moment that it did take a lot of time to sit down and figure it out, but yeah. So
Bee bit your finger.
Just
I guess it's a little bit more complicated than you can handle right now. Sorry.
maybe
About your
we'll-
finger.
Stevie, go take a look at those. Tell me what you think.
Be really careful. I want you to lose your claw.
Do you have stats for Stevie?
Yes, I do.
Make a yeah, make an investigation check.
Okay.
So Stevie's gonna
Intelligence.
you have to crouch down, and Beatrix, she crouches down to kind of like expose her wings.
Natural 20.
No fucking way.
See, don't use the
Stevie,
box.
Stevie's
Hey, it
smarter
bounced
than
out
you.
of it.
It bounced
You're,
out.
you're right.
Stevie's smarter than you.
Stevie reaches up and like with some pincers like unscrew something in the armor, and then like another screw like to tighten something.
So
and
it's part of his, because it took off the tip. Is the tip like stuck?
as the wings like shoot out, your tip of your finger goes flying into
Sticks
the
to the wall.
distance and makes
Can I
it
try to-
a whopping 54 feet on the other side of the room.
Oh, but well, can I try to like reach out and catch it so I can put it back?
You can go over and pick it up.
Oh, okay.
With your wings out.
So you have your wings out, and for the Ava, for the shroud of the Ava, did the mechanic include flight? I don't
No.
think it did.
No,
Okay.
it was an intimidation thing.
No, it's a frightened thing.
Yeah.
So if her wings are out, she technically has to do fright, or they have to do charisma checks.
Well, Stevie doesn't. She can't be frightened, but yeah, I'll do it.
Go
for
ahead.
you.
Just
Alright.
technically speaking.
So just a regular charisma?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's against her.
That would be a 15.
All right. So what's your wisdom? It would be based off your charisma, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So it's what's your charisma DC? It would be, if I'm not mistaken,
I'm sorry.
it works like 8 plus your proficiency plus your charisma.
Yep.
Which you've calculated there, and the number is
12.
12. So you succeed. But Stevie goes, like, after your wings like spread out and like just kind of startled Stevie a little bit. Not that she's frightened, but she's
Sorry.
like prepared. Then she kind of like
Yeah, she actually
I
has.
don't
She's
understand
vigilant.
these things yet. Sorry.
vigilant.
Vigilant. She
Okay.
can't. The Iron Defender can't be
She
surprised.
doesn't tap from attacking.
Do what?
Magic the Gathering. Vigilant.
I got
Okay.
it.
Never
I got
mind.
it.
Yeah, she can't be surprised.
Okay. Dope. So you go over, retrieve the finger, you come back, and maybe with some lay on hands or something, you go to stick it back on the tip. It's very painful at first, and then.
I figured you would want the rest of your finger back.
It's much appreciated.
I don't
but,
want it in my back.
Is there anything
Sniffing
else
it
I
all
can
day.
do for you?
It's starting to smell pretty bad.
Yeah.
Is there anything else I can do for you?
No, that was all.
Alright.
Get back to your fighting Stevie thing. Thanks.
Is there anything else Beatrix would like to do this week?
She's gonna go back to her room
Mm-hmm.
because she didn't realize why, like, it startled them. But
Okay.
she's just gonna go back to her room and just try to investigate and figure it out.
All right. So you're trying to investigate what was it about the wings that startled.
Mm-hmm. Or is there a way that I can control them? Because right now they're out, and I'm walking, and as I go through the doorway, I'm like going.
As you approach the door, and you like think that wow, it'd be convenient if these wings. Oh, and they're kind of back to where they're supposed to be.
Oh shit.
You seem to have the power of will. And that's the power I feel. Sorry, I gotta finish a song whenever I say a word or phrase from it. Anyways, so is there anything else Beatrix would seek to accomplish this week?
She's, her tribal is still like burning.
Mm-hmm.
But like the closest place is that tattoo place that was in District.
And you wanted to visit there.
I mean, how many days is it gonna take me to get there?
Use the amulet. The pendant.
You know that, so for those of you
Very
watching,
smart,
and for the rest of y'all to recap, when you leave the speakeasy, it seems every time you've had to leave from District 5, but once you get out into the world, you can return simply by requesting that the door appears wherever you want, and you can return to the tavern. So it would take you time to travel there, but you know
And then
that
I could just get
you know
back
that you
to-
can use the pendant of intertwined souls to get back, which is a pendant that you all have received. It's a
So it's
seems to be a
only
magic
to get
item.
back. We can't be like District 2.
Correct.
Well,
Yeah,
they did
that's
that
what I
to
was
get
saying.
to
It would
us.
still take me.
They did that to get to you in the tavern because someone was in trouble. Well, when you go to try and do it and nobody is out, you can't do it. If somebody was there and they wanted you to come there, you could. I know it sounds a little complicated, but essentially the reason it worked that time was because you were in trouble in your pendant.
Intertwined souls.
Yes.
Yeah.
So if somebody needed to get to you in the city, that could happen.
Gotcha.
You first have to become like it's like a tether. You're setting up like you're wherever you go, they can join you at some point if you just do the footwork and get there. But there are carts and transportation within the city, which would reduce the time.
Okay. Then she'd like to find like information about how to get to a cart and how to go to that district to
Okay.
get to that tattoo
It would
shop.
simply cost you, what district did we say? I believe we said District
I think it was
2 makes 3, 4. District 4 makes the most sense to me. That if I don't remember off the top of my head, unless one of y'all's notes say it, it's District 4, which we have a map, right? Did anybody bring the map? Can I hold? Thank you, sir.
It doesn't say the district's on there.
Right, but District 4 would have it, and you would know to go to River's End, which is, or River End, which is literally the furthest point from District 5. But by cart, you'd get there in no time.
Okay.
You would just need to pony up about a gold piece for that distance to travel.
Okay.
Once you get to River's, Once you get to River End, though, it is not like the rest of the city. There are people like on the streets that are just like homeless, that have nowhere to go. The buildings all look dilapidated and they look just old and not taken care of, and part of the city that definitely is in rough shape. But
He's gonna cry.
the tattoo shop you go into seems pretty cool.
Alright, so I'm going up into Rivers End.
So,
And I'm trying not to look at the other people, not because I'm like mean or avoiding, but like it's genuinely breaking my heart. So in order to like stop from helping all of them, I just like
tunnel vision in.
Yep.
Try and get where you're going. Well, once you reach a wooden shack. It's still kind of rough on the outside, and as you go in, the doors open, and you can hear like tick tick tick, and some buzz and some hum. There's a couple people tattooing. There's an orc getting a tattoo of a lion, and there's a goblin getting a tattoo of a weasel. But you see that somebody is like wrapping up with a client. You wait for a moment. Hey, have you ever had a tattoo before? I don't see. Or is your
well, like right now, my little gold
Oh.
armor, but it can slide up
So you
into it.
do you approach?
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Tattoo. I don't know that it's exactly a tattoo or not, but this. Do you?
Whoa, is that a tattoo?
I'm not sure. It's just been on me, but it's burning.
Oh,
Do you read things?
did you listen to the artist that gave you the tattoo? Like they normally say you treat it with cream and with lotion.
But it's something I feel on the inside too.
Oh,
You can't do that, can you?
I think there's something more to this. I don't.
Okay, well,
He-
do you put spells in tattoos?
Yes,
to
I do.
Things? Okay.
He takes a closer look. I'm still not certain if that's what this is. You're talking about magical tattoos that can enhance your abilities.
Right.
Okay.
Well, then I just want to get one of those then. And just see.
Okay, we can do that. What would you like to get?
Right here on my wrist, it's gonna be like a swirl. And
swirl?
then, yeah, it's gonna look like this.
Okay. Yes, and we discussed this last time, right? How much tattoos cost? Pretty sure Zench said a number, and I don't remember what that number was. But the tattoo artist here, how much gold or platinum do you have on you?
Platinum? I don't know how much platinum. We got how much platinum? 100.
You should have about
30.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
so you should have about that's what
That's
300 gold pieces, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
Minus whatever you spent.
which was one. And I don't remember the amount that he said. But is there a way to get like a healing added to it? Like a way to heal? Like if I go up to somebody and touch them and heal.
Oh, wow, that sounds interesting. You know, that would take me some time to craft. I'd have to go out and see if there's a. You're actually talking about casting a spell from a tattoo.
Yes, through touch.
Mm-hmm. You know, I'm not sure if I have that expertise. I could make you smarter, stronger, wiser, things like that nature. I guess in your case, will being more wise help you heal people better? Or being more charismatic?
Yeah, I guess it would be wise.
Okay.
Wise would help.
Does so your paladin heals? They come from your charisma?
Charisma. Yeah.
Okay.
So
Sorry, I
need
just
that.
didn't want you to.
Oh, okay, yeah, no.
So if you're trying to
charisma.
boost your charisma, what's your charisma at right now?
12.
12. All right. So you know that you can get a tattoo that can boost your charisma, which will also boost your spells by +1 for whatever your modifier is. If you do get a charisma-based tattoo.
Yes.
Okay.
That's what I want.
Right. It's gonna be about.
What are you talking about? Lay on hands?
Yeah.
No, it's
lay on hands is just level. That has nothing to do with skills.
Right.
yeah. She's talking about just having a boost to it though, through the charisma.
What I'm talking about is if you have cure wounds or healing word or any spells that have like a healing property to it, then it's going to be based off of your spell.
Modifier or
Your spell. Yeah, it'll be your spell modifier. Yeah, your spellcasting modifier. So by boosting your charisma, you will therefore boost your ability to heal people, and you will definitely set yourself apart with a tattoo, which is what charisma is. But as he goes into it, he says, "Yeah, that'll be about. Do you have the gemstones on hand, or do you want to buy them from me?"
I would have to buy them from you. I don't believe I do have them.
Okay, that's gonna be 1,000 gold worth of gemstones.
Yep, no.
I'm sorry to hear that. Is this something that you would like to for me to plan? You can put a deposit down. I can start drafting up a tattoo.
I will think about it and come back later.
All right. If you put 50 gold down, I can start working on a design for you right now.
I think I'm just gonna go back home.
Okay.
But thank you. I'll come back when I have the amount that I need.
All right. The handsome half orc that was talking to you, who I forgot to describe to you, he says, "All right. Have a good day."
You do. Tavern.
I would like to I would like to go to the less good-looking tattoo shop now.
Yeah, because that exists.
The one in the back alley that's
The most expensive, and it's the poorest town.
The one that doesn't have a sign,
Tavern.
just a piece of paper taped to the door here.
She went to the Jack and Diane's. We want to go to.
Oh,
Shitty.
be careful.
Hold up. Woo!
Because I know exactly what.
Moving on.
Absolutely. So
So she goes back to the tavern, and she's just in her room. So
Touchy
depressed.
subject.
Okay.
All the other tattoo shops are, what the fuck?
Which one of us is it? We gotta know.
Okay, so if that's the end of everybody's downtime for the week, this would be a great place to take a break. Unfortunately, though, for y'all's essay, situational awareness, I forgot to program a break cue on there.
Good
so
job.
yeah.
No!
What I'm gonna do though is while y'all are off enjoying your break, I'm gonna be here in the chat, and also tonight, if you would like to win this book right here, Tyranny of Dragons, all you need to do is leave us a comment, and the comment needs to be downtime. Yeah, cool.
That'll work.
We would also appreciate it if you shared if you subscribed and shared and did all the wonderful things that you do as fans to help us with the show. Okay, we're going to go to break. But if you're watching this later, we do giveaways periodically on the stream, so please jump in and enjoy. We're going to be filming every Wednesday night, hopefully for the foreseeable future. Anytime we're down, we will announce that on our Facebook or our social media so that y'all know. But either way, let's get back into it, y'all. So, last piece of role play. All the scraps that you had collected, you have used up between getting Stevie working and this note of something you crafted as a part of it has been used up.
Okay.
So, dope.
Now I still have my bug out bag stuff that we've
Yeah.
already discussed. Okay, cool.
Your bug out bag is buggy.
Noise.
Dope.
The buggiest
How
of
much
bugs.
did my bottle of piss cost?
That would have taken you about a gold.
Okay.
Some expensive
You
urine.
bought a bottle of piss? What's wrong with you?
It was a very amenable dwarf she approached.
Alright.
Cool. So, questionable? Absolutely questionable.
Alright then.
Now, it's been a week. you've gotten to know each other probably a little bit more. You were in the tavern. It's the day before. Is about the time that you know to head out to your appointment. Do y'all remember where your appointment was and what it was for?
Oh, I don't think you told us.
Celestial Trove.
With Starlight.
And it's Starlight. You didn't tell us what it was for.
I think. Well, Equinix. I think he had mentioned if, and he had not, then at some point, if you had asked him, do you want to have asked him what the appointment was for?
Sure. I thought we did, but
I'm pretty sure you did. So I'm just gonna bypass all that shit. So, Equinix had explained how the appointment was for y'all to go there and buy magical items or request them to be crafted with whatever money that you have on you. You know that magic items can be expensive, but she is somebody in the town who it takes a lot of kind of appointments are made in advance, and you don't just pop in, and it's kind of a whole situation. So
like Oprah.
yeah, except she ain't giving this shit away. Yeah, you get a magical item. You get a magical item. No. At least this is how the Equinix explains it to you. And you've seen the Celestial Trove every time you leave out from the tavern. So do y'all head that way?
Yes, and not on foot. Preferably like
So
some form of transportation.
actually, it's in District 5.
Oh, okay,
and it's the first building that when you step out, it's one of the first two tallest buildings you see that's nearby.
Gotcha.
Sirocco and Equinix, they go with you as you start to leave the tavern, and Equinix passes the threshold of the door, and then Sirocco, he steps up just to the very edge of where the door is, and he kind of leans on some sort of invisible surface and kind of like pounds on it a bit. Y'all have fun. And then he turns around and goes back to the tavern. As the door's shut, Equinix, he leads y'all up to the I was hoping that was my food. Equinix will lead you up to the Celestial Trove, where a couple of bullywog or grung frog people are standing by. Just seem like to be hired guards, professional looking. You see your approach, and Equinix on your behalf announces who y'all are, and y'all are here with him. They allow you in. And as you approach this tall tower, and the way it is described is it's this tower that goes up about 200 feet into the air, and above there seems to be this large dome that it's platformed out beyond the tower, and it kind of has a bulbous shape to the top of it. I just realized what I'm describing.
Is this a phallic-shaped tower?
No, definitely not. It has an observatory dome at the top.
Does it have two smaller?
No,
Do I need
it
to
definitely does not.
Do
It
I
more
need
so
to
looks like a mushroom.
draw a picture?
Jesus Christ.
One that's anatomically correct.
Anyways,
My soul's going all the way up his hair.
Equinix, he's
Does
leading
it have
you up.
vines going up? It?
No, it is well maintained.
We're adults here.
The tower is black.
No, we're not.
All right,
And-
that's it for me. See y'all later.
This is an adult show now. So as y'all enter the bottom of the tower and you're climbing your way up a spiraling staircase, there are different floors to this tower, and you get to where there is landings, where you have gone about 4 landings until you get to the very top, where it leads out into a room that is open, and above you, as if there was no roof, it is completely blackened dome with, it seems like there's pinholes of light that is piercing through like stars in the night sky.
So this is the observatory then? Okay.
It's some sort of magical means, you can tell, that is allowing vision of like deeper into space from where you're at. There's celestial bodies and constellations and galaxies in view. it's quite remarkable. And the floor is reflecting this image as well. The reflective surface, you can like look and see the constellations that are above you, and you're standing on top of the stars as you look down. Is kind of the feeling you get.
Can I make an investigation check real quick?
Stand by.
Okay.
There are shelves that are floating here, and on the shelves are various items that are out and about. There's a woman with 4 legs and antlers, a centaur
Nice.
with a fur that is painted black and white. She has long black hair. She's currently reading a book, maybe doing research. Equinix strides in. Starla, hello, we're here for my appointment. Is it okay that I brought my friends? Starla closes her book. Yeah, absolutely. Please come in. Are you here on business, Equinix? Absolutely, but not mine. Theirs. She looks at the rest of you. You said you want to do an investigation?
Yeah, I just want to see if Kai recognizes any of these constellations.
I would say that your memory would be a little foggy.
Okay.
So this would be a difficult check, but go ahead.
Don't even worry about it.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Good job, Wilby.
You start to you start to add them to your memory banks. That's weird. When people fail, I always like to optimize it, like make it sound like it's okay. I don't know why I do it, y'all. That's me. That's my style. Anyways, nope. You definitely don't recognize these, but they're beautiful.
I whispered to Stevie. Stevie, take note of everything you see in here. We got some research to do.
And Stevie begins to look at the shelves. Starla looks over, and like her jewelry and stuff that's dangling off of her moves as she kind of like steps out from behind this floating table that she was working at, and she, that's cool. What is it?
Me companion. Simple construct.
Did you buy it down in the District of 3?
I didn't buy a damn thing.
You
That's
made
my own
this.
creation. Stevie, introduce yourself. Wax on.
Remarkable. Is there anything here that you would like to buy? What would you like to buy?
What is here?
Perhaps you could tell us what exactly we're doing.
Stand by.
Tell me what
I was
looking
like,
at.
what is here to buy?
Okay.
Keep on down the whole box.
More than, is it more than 300 gold?
About to
I
find out.
have.
Can I
See, a DM would have had this prepared already.
Ooh.
See a DM.
Don't
got
piss
them
off the
cameras and that
DM.
mic ready. So
Someone
fuck
put well,
you.
Fuck me,
because
huh?
you got caught well eaten.
Okay. I do have them. It's just a part of one of these stacks here. Stand by.
Well eaten. Someone was like, Will.
Yeah.
Somebody told you to manscape your tower, by the way.
Oh my god. Okay.
That was beautiful.
I love this game.
Ugh.
Oh, this is fucking fantastic. You guys are amazing.
Okay.
It's like a
Keep it
fine
up.
wine. It just gets better with age.
On one of the shelves,
Ugh.
there's a couple rows of shelves. One of them, you see a blade that it looks like it has been put back together. And there's a visible like reforged mark in the very center of the blade, but it looks like a beautiful longsword, intricately made, with a red handle. There is a flask that's sitting on one of these shelves as well. There seems to be some sort of blindfold with X's over the eyes.
Of this flask?
Oh,
Is that what you
no,
said?
I'm sorry. So there's a flask.
Mhm.
There's a flask.
Okay.
And then there's a blindfold
There's a blindfold
with
with X's.
So it's an X video.
And it's on the first shelf. There's a headband with horns coming out of it. There's a choker with paw prints on it. You see on another shelf there are various chalks along with a lute. You see
Kai immediately starts pocketing everything. No, I'm just kidding.
Damn. There
I open the door
is
for him. Go on, Kai, let's go. Get the fuck out. Go. Fireball.
in a couple of rows. You see what was the pendant of intertwined souls, but a different version from what y'all have. It's very basic, just a square. And as y'all if you compare it to your own, something about your pendant seems to have changed a lot from what that is.
Color, shape, size.
Yeah. What colors?
No, I'm asking what looks different from the square thing we're looking at.
Here's what looks different. Each one of you, whatever your color and your pendant you want to be, essentially there's going to be 5 slivers on your pendant right now. And each sliver represents you, is kind of what the idea is. So whatever color or shape that takes onto the pendant, you each have that pendant, and each of you have a symbol that's on but okay,
Essentially, each color represents one of us.
yes,
Okay.
but everybody's pendant is identical.
Gotcha.
Cool. Does that make sense? Okay.
Kind of like the gauntlet.
There's a compass. And that's what you see for now.
First
Oh,
and there's Kai
and
rolling
there's
another
an
one.
orb. There's like a crystal orb that's chilling on a pillow.
There's a what?
Crystal orb on a pillow.
Do any of the items we have out are you liking, or have any questions, or would you like to have something made?
Can I look at this blade with the red handle?
Absolutely. She picks it up and she hands it to you. She's very tall, and so she kind of leans down to the top of her body does, and her black hair kind of drapes down. And she hands you the blade.
My God.
So this is called the full counter blade.
And what does it do?
You see that this long sword is kind of bent in the shape that a katana would be, but the one side is dull, the side that is curved, and the side that's sharp is the side that faces you. It seems to be reverse bladed. It has a property to it that allows you to return attacks twice as hard as they came at you. It also, if not used with a shield, can increase your AC.
And how much is this one?
For this one, it's quite a remarkable item. 2,000 gold.
Jesus.
You do know we're all sitting on 300 gold, right? Okay.
I know.
Okay.
Hearing this.
This is
So okay.
this
okay.
is definitely a wondrous sight.
Then where is
Jesus,
where is the
The-
poor people shelves? Don't show us all these fancy
I'm just
things
gonna
that we
bring
cannot
out my
afford.
5 platinum and say, is there anything I
What is the
can
point of
buy with
that?
this?
5 platinum is
It's
how
like
much?
dangling a cookie in front of my face. Or a finger full of blood, one or the other.
Yeah.
That can be a down payment for some of this. Maybe the maker's
Super down
trunk.
payment.
You could afford that. For 5 gold.
And what does that do?
This chalk can draw inanimate objects into existence. There's 3 uses, for example. If a chair is drawn, then a moment later a chair forms.
How much is it?
You held out 5 platinum?
Yeah.
It's 10 platinum. It's 10 platinum.
I see. I'll see you back at the tavern. Yeah, I'll walk out.
Zoran.
Hmm?
You really want it, don't you?
I feel like it'd be useful.
I hand him the remaining platinum that I have,
Okay.
save for 1 piece.
She hands you the chalks.
How much platinum was that?
It was enough to cover it. Like I've got 1 left.
So you handed me 5?
Yeah.
Okay. So I under 10 platinum.
Thank you very much. Are y'all a group? Do y'all have a name?
I have names.
What are your names?
Kai.
Nice to meet you, Kai.
This is Stevie.
Hello, Stevie.
Stevie, be polite. For fuck's sake.
Yes, I met Stevie, right? What are the rest of yours names?
Babel.
Hello, Babel.
I'm broke.
Equinix kind of in the corner is like, he tries to not to laugh. He tries to like...
I mean B. Beatrix B.
B as in broke.
B is in a broke bitch.
I'm sorry to hear that.
My name is Gentiana.
Gentiana.
Spit it back
It's
in my
nice to meet you.
homeworld.
As well as you, Stalin.
Sound.
Nice to meet you too, Sarah. Is there anything else you're interested in?
Strange request.
Mm-hmm.
I like to move very quickly. Is there any kind of footwear that you have or can make that would increase one's speed?
4,000
Boots of the Flash.
Is that boosts of haste? I've heard of this, I think. If I can get to the card, it's in here.
Do we have a player's guide somewhere?
That is definitely something I can make.
What's the cost?
She looks over at Equinix and looks back to you. 500 gold?
Well, I have a feeling we'll be back. What's the down payment cost?
Oh, you want me to get started? If you put a down payment of 200 gold, we can get started.
Done.
Okay. Please remove that from your inventory. Where the fuck is my boots of haste?
Do you have a card or something for that
I
truck?
do. I'll find it later. And I'm pretty sure that's what it's called. Boots of haste. Anyways. So you have an order in for that, and she takes down a note. Okay. Great. What about the rest of you?
That compass up there. And the flask.
Yeah, I got food, y'all.
So yeah, the compass and the flask.
The compass and the flask. So she pulls down the compass first, and she hands it to you.
I pocket it. No.
Yeah, I wonder if I can deceive her to like make her think that my goal is more than this.
You can try.
This compass, if you'll notice, will point to the nearest exit.
In the tavern, it's like.
So I get the magnetic things just going haywire.
And then she takes it from you, and then she grabs the flask and she shakes it. Actually, before she hands it to you, she unscrews it and she pours a few into her hand, and then it'll keep doing this, so we gotta be careful.
Keep doing what exactly?
Sorry. When she unscrews the cap of the flask and she pours some bearings into her hand, and then she says, it's just full of bearings, and but it's really full of it, as in might not ever run out, I don't know. And then she puts the bearings back into the flask.
So I'm looking at little ball bearings, essentially?
It supposedly endless, but I've never tested it.
What's your price?
The price on which one?
The flask.
I could depart with the flask for 200 gold.
Will you take half now, half later? I give her
To
my
make
last. Oh, she has to make it?
No, I mean, so you intend on coming back?
Aye.
She looks over at Equinix. Do you vouch for them? Equinix.
Rolls of charisma.
Of course I do. I'll vouch for them. And you'll cover them if they skip out. Equinix. Oh, I know where they live.
Also, I'm a man of my word, and I, with the last platinum piece, hand it to her.
Okay. She takes it. How much are you handing her?
It's 100 gold. It's my last platinum
It's
piece.
10
Oh,
gold.
10, shit. No.
Yeah, you only gave me 5 platinum.
Damn,
because
did I?
Yeah, you
So-
gave me 5. Because that's all it took to cover the rest of mine. Cause I had
Yeah,
5.
right. So my one
So-
is 10. Scratch that.
We had 30 to start, so you should have, what, 25 left? Because I don't think you spent it, did you?
What, 25 gold?
25 platinum.
platinum.
So
I gave-
250 gold.
Well, I spit that platinum out for the next bar, or the next.
So you're 24.
Yeah, so pretty much.
So it'll be 20 platinum or it's 200 gold, right? Yeah, so 10 platinum.
10
That's half.
platinum. Okay, so. Never mind.
I could rent you some of this.
Fair enough. And I give it to her.
Okay. Now, if you rent from me and you don't bring it back within the appropriate time, you might not like what curses you. So just beware.
What's the allotted time?
How much do you need?
I'll take my platinum back. I'll build the damn thing.
Okay. And that was for the flask that you were talking about, or
Yes.
the compass? Okay. Any of the rest of you have anything you would like to buy, or want me to start working on for you? What's
that-
Babel doing?
She's been looking at the ceiling like all the
Okay.
time. Is that what it really looks like?
The stars and the cosmos?
Just any of them?
Yes. It's what it really looks like.
Okay,
It's
'cause I'm too bright. I can't see any of them.
What do you mean?
I glow brighter. So
You glow brighter
Yeah.
than the stars.
no, just if you have
She's
a flashlight in front of your face, you can't see anything up there.
Mhm.
Light
She's a
pollution.
flashlight. She can't see any of
It's called
those.
light pollution.
Oh,
Mm.
that would be true. The
She's
two
like,
mana spawns that enter here would.
nothing.
I guess if you think that you would have a harder time seeing it than you do.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's still beautiful though.
Blinding.
As you're
as they
talking
would
about
say.
it, like she like waves her hands into the air, and you
forgot.
see, as she does, like 2 floating stars like kind of appear around her head, and then she kind of like waves, like as if she's waving this like the cosmos around her, and looking through like different points in the stars and showing you different constellations.
Mm.
These are all real.
It's nice to see. What's that one? I point toward the orb.
The orb is the artifact of recall. This crystal ball is cold to the touch, and when another magical item is held next to the ball, it will show you what that item was last used for. Insight, would you like to try it?
No, I think I'm good.
Okay.
And I pull out the money bag that I've completely forgotten about. That headband with the horns there. What's its story?
One day you're gonna wake up knowing 4 extra cantrips and not know why.
Something.
Well, not too elaborately named, the headband of horns. This brown headband will form horns specific to the wearer's heart when worn. The horns may be used to attack. Any attack damage is pretty strong. It's 1d6 on to hit.
Mm. How much?
Oh, that. It's been kind of hard to sell. I'd part with it for 100 gold.
I'll give you 50 for it.
50? Wow. Make a charisma check. Persuasion?
17.
I'm sorry, y'all.
No, you're good.
I really had to take a bite.
I mean, you did say it's hard to sell.
I did. I'm still trying to make a profit, but I would like to earn your business, so here you go. And she hands you the headband.
And I pull out 50 gold from the sad money pouch. Hand it to her.
Oh.
He gets depressed.
Manically.
She already blew.
He turns into a manically depressed robot.
As you go to reach in,
Stevie cries oil.
inside the coin purse, roll a d20 wisdom saving throw.
Oh, Jesus.
Come on, will we?
Go fuck yourself. You had to fucking say it. God damn it. 4.
Okay, a 4.
Damn.
On a failed save, how much money did this cost?
50 gold.
50 gold. So for
You lose
Take 50
50
points of
points.
damage.
on a failed save.
Sorry, buddy, I love you.
50 points of
Why
psychic
did
damage.
you do this? Oh my god, did you just kill Kai? I need a lot of d4s.
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ.
How many you need?
I told you the
I need-
pouch was evil.
I need 25 d4s.
All that happened is someone pulled one out
How
and got
much?
sad.
How
That's
much
all I
H-
fucking
What's
knew.
your total HP?
It doesn't matter, I'm dead.
No, what's your total HP?
20.
20. If you rolled median, it'll kill him.
Okay.
So.
So I got 1 d4. Who else got some d4s?
I have 2.
Everybody contribute.
Oh my
We get to contribute and Kai's dead. Sorry, mine have been notoriously good to roll 4s.
I mean, sometimes you gotta learn the hard way. How many's out there right now?
1, 2,
We
3,
never identified that
4, 5,
pouch.
6, 7, 8,
Yes,
9,
you
10,
yeah, we
11,
did.
12,
You
13.
did
I didn't.
identify it,
Yeah.
and that's what I told
When?
you it did.
I know you know.
Yes,
you
you
never
did.
told me what it did.
Yeah, you remember you handed
You
it to me
said
after you identified and you
happiness
said money doesn't
make
buy
you happy.
happiness?
Yeah.
No, he handed me just a picture of the pouch. He never told me what it did.
Okay, well, anyway.
Really.
Yes,
That's on me.
Because you got his joke and he was really, really happy.
Yeah, money doesn't buy happiness. He was like, oh, thank you.
But you're right. I probably forgot to explain that you take damage on a
Yeah,
field.
he
Yeah,
never-
that
he
was not
never-
explained.
yeah, that-
All I knew is that it made
that-
me
that
unhappy.
That needed
which
to be
I'm fucking
explained.
pissed now.
That needed to be explained
Jesus.
before because he would have known that if I would
Okay.
have identified
So
it.
I mean, it's
how
happened.
about
shit.
this? How about this?
And
It
I don't
wasn't
have any DM
explained.
mercy.
How much money do you want to pull out of the pouch? I will give you
0.
Okay.
Not buying a damn thing.
So you go to open the pouch.
And he cries.
Profusely.
Now, from what I have said, it will be 1d4 per 2 gold that come out of that pouch.
Yeah, I mean, Gamma Love should have taken damage when he pulled shit out. So, I mean, I just, nah.
Actually, Gamalov didn't take any money out of that pouch. Oh, he did.
Yeah, he
did
went,
he
oh,
took 1.
and got bluer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Anyway, no, I'm good.
Okay.
I take the pouch and I chunk it at her feet, and I'm at the back door.
You chuck the
You can
coin
have
pouch.
that.
Try to sell it.
Oh, you wanted to trade.
Sure.
And she holds it up. And she holds the artifact of recall and looks at it, and she sees the last person who held it got really morbidly sad. She holds it a little longer. She sees that somebody reached in this pouch and pulled out a mountain of money and died. They died of a heart attack. You can see it in the orb as like some like gnome is inquisitively pulling out coin and putting it into a stack, and at some point he just passes out and he doesn't get up.
We're all just digging for dice.
She says, actually,
Does she?
4 of them.
are you sure you want to trade?
What's it worth to you?
2,000 gold? Would you take
So,
that? Would you take 2,000?
I've seen Pawn Stars. Go higher.
yeah.
She's gonna sell it for 5. Jesus Christ.
How much for the choker?
Okay.
Sorry, I'm settling
The headband?
No, yeah, I'm sorry. The head.
It's okay.
You told me what was it?
We
200?
landed on
200.
It was 200 for
200
that,
for that.
and it was 100 for the flask.
yes.
Well, you landed on 50.
Well, right.
Oh.
So, yeah. Tell you what. 1,800. The flask. And the headband you're having trouble selling.
Okay. Please take them off my hands. And she takes the coin purse of sorrow from you. She takes the 1,800 gold that she valued that purse at, and you now have 2 magical items and the money she just gave you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, write that down.
Better.
Jesus. Slightly feeling ripped
So
off.
did-
All I got out of Kai was 5 platinum for chalk.
You had an item worth 2,000 fucking
It seems
gold.
like you must be the haggler of the group.
Yeah, something like
Is
that.
there anything else you'd like to purchase today?
Wait, he got that from winning that drinking game. We really did get ripped off.
Well, I got 1,800 gold. Anybody need anything else? I'm only gonna offer it once.
That long sword's pretty cool.
It was 2,000.
It was 2,000.
Yeah.
Long swords also
She
out of
she
it.
looks at you and said it was 2,000, but you're purchasing a few things, so you might be able to afford it.
We've established a business transaction and a business relationship. If you're willing to take your 1,800 back for that there sword to give to my companion over there, I'm sure we'll have even more business down the road.
That sounds agreeable to me.
You're welcome.
Thanks, Guy.
She
Sorry
hands.
about your finger.
She sheathes the sword for you and passes it to you. So tonight, don't leave without me giving you the blurb about it. But
Yeah, that should definitely come in handy.
let me double check and read what I put for this. I have the updated version on my phone, and my phone is.
Oh, it's stolen.
That's not the first time. Okay, Google.
I was just joking. I was joking. Don't say that too loud. My phone will go off.
Okay.
You had to have it.
Do you
ordered
still
food
have
on
my
it.
books?
Yes, I do.
Yes, I did. I ordered food on it. You're right. Is there set it on the table?
No.
Okay.
We'll find it.
Hopefully this is the updated notes. If not, this is what it says. This is the reverse bladed the full counterblade. It's a reverse bladed katana, and it can be used for defense if the wielder uses it with both hands. They may increase their AC +2 each time an enemy rolls an attack that targets you and does not exceed your AC to hit. This weapon charges. You may spend charges to increase your hit bonus by 1 per charge. If you do this, you add a d12 extra damage per charge spent if you attack with it.
There you go, tank.
If hit, using any charges may push the target away 5 feet per charge spent and knock them prone. You may store up to 5 charges. Essentially, the intention of this blade from the DM's perspective to you is that you defend with it, and then when you're ready, you unleash it. Cool. I'd really love to have y'all back in here. People come in here and trade in this city, so there might be something new on the shelves the next time you come, or something here might be gone. So if you are feeling attached to anything here, please let me know.
What did the rest of the things do then?
Okay, what other things?
Huh? You haven't said anything about the blindfold, the choker, or the loot.
The blindfold is one of my favorites. Here. Do you mind? And she holds the blindfold up to your face.
You mean my no face? Sure.
We'll see. And she puts it up to where your eyes would be, and she ties it, and you can't see anything. It's a blindfold until she.
Oh, 400 gold. I'll take it.
She says, "Just wait a moment. It does require attunement, and maybe we can speed that up." And she flips her fingers, and you attune to it. Yeah.
Still blind as fuck.
As that happens, though, you can see everything that's beyond the blindfold, as if you couldn't before. You can see what everyone's carrying. You have true sight.
Fuck.
Oh, that's like 10 grand.
This black blindfold with a thin red cross in the eyes, when placed over the eyes, limits normal vision and instead allows the wearer to see through true sight. When wearing this item, the user will have advantage on perception checks and insight checks.
Fuck.
Anything new since last time I detected magic? I saw everybody shiny stuff.
You can see that there are in the corners of, well, there's no corners in here, but in 4 different places, invisibly, they're not invisible to you anymore. 15-foot constructs with like runes on the top of them, just silently sitting in place. That's what you see in here. I don't know if true sight allows you to see beyond, but you can see all these stars even deeper and clearer in all the forms that they're taking, all these celestial bodies that are out and about. I mean, it's almost too much to handle.
Try and dig it up.
Okay, and she
Wave to the constructs.
you don't know if they wave back. She puts the blindfold back onto there. Did that answer your question?
For one, but there's 2 others.
Okay.
You said the choker and the loot. You haven't said that.
Oh, and she puts the choker on, and you see whiskers sprout from her, from her
Nice,
cheeks.
that's good.
That's all it does.
Meow.
3 million gold.
I'll take it on short-term loan. How much can 30 gold give me? 2 seconds? I'll take
How
it.
well does it tickle?
Whisker.
The internet and their cat girls.
Meow.
Um,
There's a bunch of them right now because of Halloween.
yeah, the black and white choker grows whiskers on the face of the wearer. The wearer gets advantage on animal handling checks.
Fuck.
I made all these, dude.
No shit.
Yeah. All right. And what was the last one?
The loot.
Loot was the only one you haven't talked about yet.
Y'all have a minute? I'm not skilled at the lute. Are any of you? Not musically inclined? You can try it. I can never get it to work right.
Out of character, I know you being bard, but you're exclusively sketch.
Yeah, I'm a lore bard.
Yeah, you're right. Okay,
Not
cool.
anything to do with music.
Gotcha.
Anybody?
I can tap
Specifically
my
an
foot.
artiste.
I mean, I'll give it a shot. I used to sing on the bow of my ship every now and then.
Okay. She hands you this lute.
I run out the door with it.
You looted
That must be
I
like
looted it, yeah.
in your head, the thought bubble that appears every time.
Yeah.
is-
Should I
Take it and
take-
run.
Can
Well-
I takes this? Can I has?
No.
You don't know the constructs were there, but she waved.
Yeah.
Oh god. So in my head, whenever we go down that thought trail, you running out the door with these magical items, it'd be boom. boom,
Right,
boom.
right, right.
It would just be roll initiative, please.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck.
You did. So make a performance check, please.
10.
Yeah, it's like, let me help you. And she kind of twists the knobs a little bit and takes you a minute to kind of get the right note with the lute. But then, as you do,
Then I play Ram Jam.
you see this mist fill into the air, and then you see that. Okay. Each one of you feel something rumbling in your pockets. A gold coin, or whatever coins, one at a time, start to come forth and like coalesce and dance until they turn into the form of a cobra spider pile of gold that's kind of just weaving and looking
Shit
at
steals my money.
you. So you try to grab your money as it's coming out.
I'm still playing. Like, now that I know what's going on, I'm like, down, down.
And so the lute flute is currently fluting and looting. It is possessing the money in the area to dance.
In the area, that means there's a lot of gold dancing.
Yeah.
It's basically a boa constrictor or
Um,
anaconda now.
Well, actually, I guess she would still have the 1,800 gold showing out there, so
Yeah.
that'd probably be okay. But we have to, and then she starts counting up, and making sure her shit is hers.
I hand it back to her.
Thank you. And after about 10 minutes of making sure everybody, okay, I know this is mine, so that's y'all's, and y'all find your gold and return it to its pouches.
Fuck, I could fuck you up right now, but I'm not going to.
Me?
Yeah.
How?
I don't think you gave me back enough, but I'm not going to.
You're lucky I'm not a trickster
God,
of
I
any
could
sort,
be a
because I
fucking
charisma
prick.
my way into 1,800 gold right now.
I could fuck you up right now.
These are the thoughts that she's having.
Shit, yes.
Okay.
Yo, you okay over there, Gentiana? You look like you're sweating.
I'm fine.
What color is your mask right now?
Sweat.
Sweat mask.
It's white.
Oh, what?
Yeah,
I thought
I
you
was
said
like-
sweat.
You did.
It's white. No, I said,
Oh, you said it's
Yeah.
white. I got you.
Sweat
my
mask.
country came out. It's white turned into swite.
Sweat.
Swite.
So, that's interesting. I've never seen something crafted like that before.
It helps me portray my mood so I don't have to talk to people.
You haven't said much this whole time, so
Well,
I guess it has portrayed.
I am when I'm uneasy or upset, angry, it morphs into another shape.
Okay.
I won't get angry in here because I don't know what you're capable of.
Thank you.
And,
I would prefer you don't.
yes, but if you see it any other way, then and she kind of moves her hair out the way, and she can see this like crimson eye like poking through the eye hole, not like poking like. It's
No,
in the
she
eye.
can see it through it. Yeah.
She's like, if you see it other than this, it's better not to converse.
Okay. Noted. Well, I will get to work on your item.
It's much appreciated.
And if there's no more transaction to be done here, then please have a great day. And then you see that Equinix leads you out and down. Before he goes, oh, I almost forgot. And then Equinix turns back around. I'll meet you down at the bottom. What do y'all do?
Wait.
So,
Back to
Oh,
the-
he's good.
Say-
Yeah, he's gonna hang back as we leave. Is what he's saying. He's
Yes.
gonna meet us down at the bottom of the tower. Yeah, Kai is already starting to make his way down the bottom.
Okay. I'll meet you at the tavern, actually, he says. Then he heads back up. Do y'all head back to the tavern?
I will. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. As you go back to the tavern, so yeah, it's there waiting for you. The door as soon as you want it to be, and you enter the tavern, and things are a little bit lively. Things are picking up. There must be something coordinated. You've started to notice that there's kind of a rhythm to the day. Whether there'd be people up telling jokes and stories. Today it seems like it's lively music. Just one of the stages filled right now. And there's plenty of people around it. And Sirocco is at the bar talking with Zinch. Seems like Zinch is trying to make him feel better. Y'all come up and, hey, so how was the appointment with Starla?
Interesting.
Yeah,
to say the least.
tell me all about it. I haven't been there in a long time.
Tell me something first.
Hmm.
Did she break your heart there, boyo?
Starla?
Aye.
No, that would not be her.
Fair enough. Zinch. That new bottle there. Pour yourself a shot. Consider it on me.
Oh, okay, yeah. I'll do that sometime. Not while I'm working.
Fair enough.
Right.
But when aren't you working?
Hey man, I can take my break whenever I want. I'm just having fun.
Take a break right now.
Well,
Fair
that's
enough.
against some labor law somewhere, if I'm honest.
So what's going on in the tavern today?
Well, let's see. I have something for y'all. A job. Right? Last time we talked, I believe your words were preferably somewhere where you won't die.
My exact words.
Right. I have a friend. She's from another world and I haven't seen her in a long time. And recently she contacted me. It's a very interesting world she comes from. Have y'all ever heard of Drake and Wars?
I have no idea.
Most people do not. They are incredibly rare and one of a kind. They
Possibly me? I've been alive for a very long time.
Yeah. Ditto.
the two of you make history checks. Meow.
Said Drake and Wharfs.
Drake and Wolves.
Wharfs.
What?
Wharf.
Wharf.
Okay.
Drake and Wolves.
That would
15.
be a dirty 20, my friend.
Both of you know that they're through just years of stories that you might have heard a long time ago. The Drakenworfs come from the descendants of dwarves and Dragonborn. Dragonborn, you know, have escaped a world where they were forced as slaves to work for dragons, and they found a way out. Most of those dwarves found their way to Faerun, and most of the Dungeons and Dragons content where you see a Dragonborn, there. But it's not always certain how, whenever that group and that clan of Dragonborn moved from their world, some of them went to other places and some of them never made it out of that world. You know that dwarves, most worlds have dwarves. You've seen them around. That's about what you know, is that Drakenworfs are descendants of dwarves and Dragonborn. But Sirocco continues. The Drakenworf from this place have an interesting story to tell. You see, their world was found by two different races, dwarves and Dragonborn, poured into this world. But long before they got there, there was a Kraken who consumed all living life on this world and made it so where nothing was living there anymore. And then when the Kraken had finished its consumption, it returned into a deep slumber. Unknowingly, these dwarves, dragonborn, made it to this world seeking refuge, coincidentally at the same time, and for some reason they did not kill each other, which is kind of remarkable. Instead, the dragonborn and their tradition and honor and loyalty was super appealing to the dwarves, and to the dwarves, their hard-working ability and their craftsmanship. How at the start of every day, their whole lives was thought out, disciplined. Turned out, together, they could have a pretty awesome civilization. But they did not know the Kraken was living there. But there was an archlich who did, who had been spying on this place for quite some time. And have you heard of Asarak?
Maybe?
You have not. Asarak is a lich, which if you know anything about them, the whole point of them is they don't die and they see life as a tool, especially a toy to be played with, especially Asarak. He's been to many places and fucked some shit up in his day. In this world, specifically, he destroyed the Kraken, killed it, took its essence, and slammed it into a gemstone, and somehow is using it to power an artifact called the Wall. And the Wall is disrupting the flow of life and death for my friend and her community and her world. What the Wall is doing is forcing everyone to not die. So, right now, there are people who there's not enough resources to go around. There's not enough food. So people are starving on the streets and nobody can die. The people who get sick can't die. The people who are turned to ash can't die.
How does one turn to ash and not die?
These are just what I hear. I don't know. Here, from what I'm told, the consciousness remains. And so you can suffer eternally. Healing apparently is much difficult magic to use. And, well, I guess that reviving magic wouldn't matter if you can't die. So, there's that. If you go on this job to help my friend destroy this artifact that Asarak has put in place, I'll give you 15,000 gold.
Kai starts chuckling.
So, you just stated that he just stated that he didn't want to go to a place where we weren't going to die. So you physically send us to a place where we can't die.
But we eternally suffer.
What happens if we take mortal damage?
Mortal damage as in?
Killing myself. If I was to...
If you were to put a knife through your heart, I imagine that might return your HP to 0. I imagine you still won't die, from what I hear. Because when I do this, that's me saying is Dungeon Master.
Sure. Yeah.
Shouldn't have signed.
So...
Very fine print, sort of man.
If we destroy this artifact, and we have taken mortal damage, do we then die?
Yes, I believe that would happen, and that's what my friend, the Empress, would like you to do.
To die.
Empress sounds like
Not to
she's
die.
SOL.
Wording is very important.
But to remove the curse afflicting everyone so that they can't die.
Does this archlich still live in this plane?
He has, from what I hear, put into place the Dividers. The Dividers are cultists who follow him. They're twisted dwarves and dragonborn who think not dying is a good thing. They're
So-
defending the temple.
In the event that we get in trouble in this place, do we just go back to the tavern with our little pendant.
We can try and set that up. Would you like me to talk to Ribbon and see if he'd be willing to help out?
So, a kraken, a lich,
I was getting there.
cultist, not dying, possibly eternal suffering, and you want us to go in to help your empress, no mind you, for 15,000 a head?
Pretty much.
Wait, you said 15,000 a piece, or was that as a group?
A piece.
Still not enough.
Not enough if you're dead.
50,000 a head,
15,000 gold.
and you can tell your empress that we'll get it done. We're not risking our necks for something like that for, in comparison, a meager amount.
So no. You don't want to go?
Unless it's 50,000, I'm not moving from this chair.
50,000 gold apiece.
You heard me.
Certainly would be an interesting story to tell if you came back.
If
That's a
you
big
came
if,
back.
friend. That is a very big if.
Fuck it! Team meeting! And I pull everyone. Let's go, come on. We'll be back, Sirocco. And I like, literally, I'm like, come on. And I'm getting to the other side of the tavern. Team meeting!
Okay.
Is this guy fucking serious?
That sounds like he's pretty fucking serious.
I'm not looking to show up in this tavern unconscious for the third fucking time.
I would rather not have to drag your unconscious body either. I'd rather you not have to take mine in a bag.
Fair enough.
Because even though I am angelic and vampire, I can die.
I
But
don't
I'd
like
rather
this
not
at all.
dying.
Something in me gut's not sitting right on this one.
But you said kraken.
No.
The kraken does not exist
Keep
anymore.
all of
The
you
kraken
fuckers
is just
alive. This shit won't work.
the kraken is just an essence and an artifact that we must destroy. That is the task. But
What if Acer
How do we
comes
destroy a magical artifact?
We're talking about a lich.
yes, we are. We are talking about a lich.
I've
And
fought a kraken before. I'm not looking to fight another fucking kraken again. On top
the
of a
kraken
lich.
does not exist according to him. The story is the kraken.
What
was
does he
destroyed.
really fucking know?
I understand, but taking him at face value, the kraken isn't there.
What
at
is
face
it?
value.
Could I insight check him?
Sirocco?
Yeah.
For his story.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have a question to ask him that would make sense?
Sirocco
That
or
you go back?
Zurich? Because Zurich is the one
Whoever
who's
was
telling
telling
us.
us.
No.
Sirocco was.
Sirocco was talking.
So
If he seems
Zinch is the
above
bartender.
Yeah,
board
Zinch
in
is the
that.
bot.
Yeah, but he's the one wanting us to get his friend.
No,
No.
Sirocco is.
Sirocco.
Oh, okay.
So Sirocco, yeah, make an insight check. But before you do, yeah, go ahead and do it.
I want to do Tides of Chaos so I get advantage on it.
What's Tides of Chaos?
Once per long rest, I can gain advantage on one attack roll, ability check, or saving throw. And because of that, anytime before I regain this feature, you can have me roll on the Wild Magic Surge table after I cast a social spell.
Oh,
Jesus
God.
Christ.
Oh, shit.
This is about to be fantastic.
Let's just summon a kraken in the fucking tavern.
Let's do it.
Hey, if we kill it,
But she has
we get
to.
a lot of gold.
She has to cast the
Okay.
spells
I know, but still.
before
it
a
could
long
be-
rest.
It could be
Make your roll.
before or after.
Well, I don't. Oh,
Fantastic.
It's
you can wait for that.
It's okay, our life is in your hands.
Oh,
Oh,
that was not worth it.
Nope.
Nope.
What'd you get?
9.
Something about what Sirocco's saying seems like the parts of the conversation that he really flares up about is when he talks about his friend and wanting to help.
Mm-hmm.
You don't think he's lying.
So, again, according to our friend Sirocco sitting at the bar, this kraken doesn't exist. He doesn't know if the lich is there or not. And we 5 are going to stick out like sore thumbs because according to his story, only dragon wolves, dwarves, and dragonborns are the only ones that exist in this plane.
The way I see it, none of us know how to destroy an ancient artifact.
It's a valid
Oh.
point, Darren.
I'm not going in for a maybe to be an errand boy, just to maybe come back.
How magic is the artifact?
It doesn't matter. You can't just smash a piece of magic with a rock.
Well, we wouldn't have to smash it.
What are you gonna do?
So-
Eat it?
Well, I mean,
Whoa! Release the Kraken! Turn into an alien movie.
I mean, if we both try, we might be able to drain off some of it, make it easier.
How would we even drain it off?
How have you been sustaining yourself?
Not using magical artifacts. That's different than consuming arcane energy in the air, or that's in molecules in the food.
I mean, I don't think that we'd actually, well,
Like I
probably
said, I'm
couldn't
not
get
going
all
in
of
on a
it.
hunch.
Without being able, but I mean, we couldn't die for halfway through, so
That you know of.
No, you can
yeah,
die.
be
You can't
interesting
eternal suffering.
theoretical question, but
I've fought and killed a Kraken, and my ship was the only fucking surviving ship of a fleet of 30. I got knocked out by some fucking goblins last week. There's no
Yeah.
fucking way in hell I'm going after some
You-
lich.
you died 3 times in the 24 hours that we.
And I
were
walk
adventuring.
away and go up to my room. Stevie, let's go. I got some work to do.
What if we could convince Sirocco to send help with us?
Well, if he could send the type of help that we would need, he could do it himself.
But if he thinks that we 5 can do it, there's no way that 5 people standing alone can do that.
Oh, 5 people almost got killed by spiders on his last job.
This is true.
And he wants us to deal with cultists and a lich? Look, I can keep some of you alive, but not do that.
Crickets.
I'm not here, so.
Yeah. So, what's the call? I mean, one of us isn't here, and we obviously know his. We know his answer.
Is there some? Maybe we can see if there's some other little adventure he wants us to go on for funsies. Why's it got to be this one?
Exactly. I don't understand why he's throwing us into such a difficult task right away. We just met. I don't understand.
And then, okay, let's say we save his friend. She's emaciated.
Exactly.
How are we going to just fix her? What if she's ash when we get there?
Exactly. What if there's
How
nothing
can I put
there?
her back together?
What if there's nothing there when we get there?
I have my own problems to worry about.
Worry about yourself.
Oh, I am. Y'all could do what you want, but I'm not going in.
I think it is, since this is our group, our, you know,
What'd you do, Babble?
Eat it.
No, I said, what'd you do?
It seems like a whole lot so early. But it might be a time thing that he's dealing with.
Time thing. You mean
Yeah.
time sensitive?
Yes.
I can understand a time-sensitive task, but a task so large for such a group of people as us, I'm not doubting any of your abilities.
I'm just
But-
a little squirm level 3.
It's just
I'm just a light bulb with legs.
exactly. It's just
See?
just one of those things that I don't understand why Sirocco thinks we can take this on. I understand the night at time.
Unless Soroku's in on something.
You think Sirocco's trying to kill us?
Not really saying trying to kill us, but.
I think if Sirocco wanted us dead, he'd have killed us already.
Are we playing a game in his world?
That's exactly what it seems like, doesn't it?
It does.
Let's play a little game.
But do we play by his rules? Or do we play by ours?
That's a good question.
That sounded really sexy, man. That was nice. Out of character.
Let's see what other small tasks he has. We'll go wrangle up Kai and see if we can figure out what it is that is really
he's
going on
probably
here.
binging right now.
Oh, I imagine he is.
I'll let Sirocco know. You guys can go up ahead.
Is she trying to bullshit me with that? I feel like she's trying to be like,
I mean, you can take that however you want. Like,
Insight that shit, son.
she said it just like that. I mean,
you trying to bullshit me?
Why do you want to stay here alone? It's kind of odd.
I'm an insight checker.
Do it. Do it.
Well, I asked you a question.
Fuck! Natural one.
Who's the Will Wheaton now, bitch?
I go up to the room.
Sad.
Sad panda.
you
Why
turn
do you
blue.
why do you want to do this alone?
Oh no, it's not that. You know the bottle that Kai said could drink from? Yeah, I need to make sure that's not there later. So I was gonna go over and be very.
I got it. Well, that would make more sense, but just throw me off guard there. Sorry, not trying to question your character, but questioned it a little bit.
Oh no, I mean, you might not want to stay around for what's going to happen, but it's up to you.
So, do we go up to the room and get Kai and come back and talk to Sirocco, or do we talk to Sirocco now?
Okay, if you talk to Stroker now, she's got a fucking bottle that's probably gonna blow.
Oh,
Oh, it's definitely going to blow.
Jesus Christ.
Wow. Shit. Well, we can disperse of the bottle and talk to Kai at the same, or not Kai.
Okay, but
we
what,
need to.
I don't want to take damage. You like make that clap, burst my ears, and almost kill me.
Sorry.
No hard feelings, but this bottle.
This is scarier than the mission.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go retrieve Kai. Get the bottle. I'll be back.
Going to carry that thing.
She's gonna dispose of the bottle.
Oh, okay. Alright. Hopefully it doesn't blow up in your hands. It's probably time sensitive too.
Of course.
Alright.
I'm gonna go get
I'll
Kai.
see you.
And take a piss. I'll be right back.
Okay. Cool. What are the two of you doing?
Oh, I'm gone.
Okay. What are you doing?
I'm up time.
I am heading back to Sirocco.
Hey, so where'd y'all land? Will y'all be able to help me?
Well, we'd like to, but it seems really, really big, and we're just starting out, and
Sorry,
it's
it's
all
been a
that,
long
and
time since.
as I'm gesturing, I use a sorcerer point, so I can do subtle spell. So I can cast a spell without somatic or verbal components.
Oh.
Then I'm going to cast magic missile at the bottle and
Jesus Christ.
also hope that I trigger the wild magic surge.
Okay.
I'm so glad I'm in my fucking room right
That's
now.
what I was like,
Samesies.
So.
I'm up there with you.
I have awesome ideas.
Okay.
Awesome.
Like,
As in,
level the fucking tavern.
You
Awesome.
are standing in awe right now. So.
I am not. I'm in the room.
Yeah, I'm
So-
not even.
What does your magic missile look like as it shoots out from your hand? From where? It
I
probably.
don't think it actually has to come from my hand. I think
I mean, or from your
I think it
person.
comes
I mean,
from your
it-
focus.
it just creates 3 glowing darts of magic force. So I just nondescript. I'm trying to make it look like an accident. Weird sorcerer thing happened.
So you sneeze or something?
Just like gesturing wildly and
Okay.
talking with the hands.
It's very
Oh.
irresponsible.
She doesn't
magic.
sneeze quite as big as you, Ty.
And then hashtag sneeze. So.
Piss goes.
You blow up one of the bottles,
Mm-hmm. The bottle that I put up there before.
and Zench goes, "Why'd you do that?
Oh,
Why does it smell like piss in here?"
Kind of
I'm
alcohol
so
you
sorry.
I swear.
Sometimes it just comes out, and I am getting a handle on it. It is going to be fine. And I will pay for the bottle. I am so sorry.
Okay.
Please don't tell the others.
Okay. All right. Zench from behind the bar. Gotta clean this up. And he just kind of shakes his head, and Sirocco says, "Oh, that was random. Everything okay?"
Oh, well, you know how sometimes weird stuff happens with sorcerers?
Yeah.
Well, when I found out about that, I tried to do it, trigger it automatically, and it was actually really fun for a while until I accidentally got stuck blue for a week and no one really did anything about it.
But you can change your color at will, can't you?
Yeah, you would think that would work, but I was stuck in shades of blue. They thought I was just going through a phase because I didn't want to tell them.
Yeah.
But then someone came home and realized that no, that was not a thing, and that I needed to see somebody about that. But so I mean, sometimes weird stuff just happens with sorcerers.
Okay, that's okay. Yeah. Tell you what, don't worry about the bottle. So where did we land on that job?
While we really like to help you, we don't think that we're capable enough to help you. It seems above our skill level.
Sorry, I forget when I started out. Some things were hard. Do y'all need some training?
Quick question: when he was stuck, was it at the threshold of this building or the threshold of the tower?
It was at the threshold of the tavern. He did not seem to pass beyond the threshold of the tavern out into the city of Sword.
Well, I mean, I understand that is. So I'm guessing that you can't do anything about it either. Because
I honestly wish I could. I gotta be careful with that. Yeah.
Why, Ty? Why you gotta be careful?
Right, Ty.
Yeah,
Ty, tell us.
No, it's not Ty. Sirocco actually said that.
Oh.
He didn't do the hand thing, guys.
Yeah. It was good acting.
Yeah, it was. You got us.
these
If
thresholds are weird.
this one in particular, if I leave, then the tavern collapses.
Yeah, that would be a bad thing.
Yeah. It's the price I pay, I guess, so that I can
Fine
be
print.
surrounded by friends.
Fine print. All this.
Tell me about it.
She's about some fine print. Let me know when I get to the room. Are you two with me?
No,
Oh,
I'm
I-
with him in the room.
Oh, you came when we moved my room?
Yeah, I went up shortly after he did.
True that.
Stand by.
Oh, I'm up there.
Yeah.
So
I didn't know what was gonna happen with
Do
that
y'all
bottle.
require some training?
Possibly, I will have to get back to the others on that. And
Okay.
So I guess I'm the last to go to the room.
Okay.
What's everybody doing?
Me and Stevie are in my room.
I'm in my room.
Sitting on the couch as usual.
Reading the dictionary?
I don't have the dictionary anymore. I read it all. The story was shit. It was all over the place.
Is that right?
In a weird order, though.
so many characters.
There's a lot of
Characters still hung up on that evil shit.
So what are you doing up in the room when you come back?
I come out of my room with Stevie and a bottle.
I'm gonna slam the door shut. I'm gonna get up there, kind of like cursing under my breath. This fucking. How can you just think that 5 fucking people are just. There's no.
Oh, I see that I'm not the only one that got pissed off by the offer. That was,
The mask.
quite frankly, asinine.
The mask when you saw me last was pearlescent white.
Mhm.
Is now jet black on the other side of her face.
As I'm saying that, I'm like, oh,
It's not you, Kai. It's not you. I just don't understand how somebody could. There's 5 of us, and we almost died in this tiny dream that he said would be easy for us to do. Yet he wants us to go, and I understand what you're saying. Just why us? Why did he choose us? Why did this tavern pick us? I understand I didn't have a life that was very meaningful before this. But what the fuck am I going to do here? He wants me to risk my life for him. I don't understand. I just don't fucking get it.
neither do I. And as far as before here, I was doing fine. I had a crew. I had my ship, I had Stevie. I had a lot of fucking gold. More than I'm asking him for. I'll tell you something. And I'm addressing both of you since we're in the commons room. Before I came here, I was a whole hell of a lot stronger than I am now. I can't explain it. I wasn't bullshitting about the Kraken. I have literally killed a Kraken.
I never said I didn't believe you.
My point is, something happened to me when I came here, and I'm just not the man I once was. And quite frankly, it's pissing me off. But the weakened state I'm in now, there's no way in hell, in any inferno, will I see myself going toe-to-toe with a fucking lich. I've had one chance encounter with a vampire several years ago. It almost cost me my life. So the fact that I'm standing here in a group with two of yous, as far as I fucking know, that should speak volumes for one, but a lich, it's not in me cards. I take a swig and I pass it around everybody.
It's not what I want, but I will have a sip.
Can you even drink that?
I'm not really worried about it.
I'll take a share.
I'll give you all of my drinks that people get.
And then I come out of my room and down to the commons. I'm like, so, what are we doing?
Chilling like a villain up against someone.
Guess we wait for, see what Bible says.
She comes into the room, eventually.
But as she walks in, the last thing I say is, I do not trust Sirocco.
It's not that I don't trust him. I think he's taking us at more face value than we are.
That may be the case.
We are strong as a unit, but we are not that strong. If we could focus our powers a little further, maybe. But right now...
Like a hyperbolic time chamber.
Right now, no. I'm not doing it.
The main point for me is that he doesn't seem to care if we live or die. He could throw as much money as he wants, but that...
It doesn't replace your life if he is taken.
Aye.
So is your life less important than the ones we're trying to save in these dreams or whatever we're going?
I'm probably not the best person to ask that.
Well, my answer is, my life is more important. I don't know this fucking person.
What's the word, Babel?
Why does this person mean more to him than I mean to him? If I'm helping him, or if he's asking me for the help.
You're worth 15K.
Fuck that, I'm worth more than that.
No, you're not.
I explained things to Mr. Sirocco. He was very understanding. He apologized that he's sort of been at a certain level for a while and forgets how it is earlier on for adventurers. But he did mention something about training, if we were interested in that. I said I would speak with you guys.
What kind of training?
Preferably ones that don't get us fucking killed.
For the second time. For some of us.
So, I mean, he's still down there. What time is it even?
Yeah, what time of day is it where we're at right now? Or
Is
can
there
Eternally
any-
dusk.
Yeah, that's right. Eternally dusk.
Yes.
Oh, is it?
Eternally dusk.
It's always so damn tired. Oh, God.
It is eternally dusk, but
It's
the
always
clock
drinking time.
seems to read 4:40.
Oh, we missed 420.
PM? AM? Do we know?
Wasn't it for something last time we asked about the time?
Does that clock even work?
The clock does work. You have
I
seen
stare
it.
at it. Wait for it to move.
Moves backwards.
That would be fucking
Damn it.
trippy. Oh my god.
Oh,
Why
man.
am I getting smaller
She
and
needs to be
younger?
the DM.
Oh my god, that would be fucking trippy.
I want to be in Sam's brain.
I would have flipped my shit if it would have went
We
backwards.
wake up, he's disassembling Stevie.
Oh my god.
We're in this time loop till we say yes to the job.
Right?
I mean, I've told you about the training area. If he's talking about that, then why the fuck not?
What the fuck is that going to do, though? How much is that going to realistically help?
Muscle memory can do wondrous things, mate.
I understand that, but never mind.
I hand him the bottle, or hand her the bottle again, because I can see how. You can keep that one, and I open my coat, and there's like 2 more sitting there.
I just fuck. Let's go see about this training.
There's a knock at the door.
I did the door service.
Who is it?
It's me. Sirocco had talked to you. This is Equinix. Can I come in?
You might as well.
Shoes off, please.
You see that I would, but in his arms he has 5
Shoes.
And in his arms he has 5 books. The color on the pendant of intertwined souls, each color represents you on the pendant. You've figured out by now. Those colors match the tomes he carries in his arms. And he goes up to the nearest table, puts one in front of each of you.
He would notice the mask is fucking jet black. And I got a fucking bottle of rum in my hand.
She's got over the edge.
Brown or purple stuff?
Is it the rum or the purple?
It's the rum. I don't give anybody the purple stuff.
Damn it.
Sirocco, he asked you to go on a mission, right? And you turned it down.
Mission, huh?
A mission, more like a fucking suicide mission.
I'd fucking kill myself before I go there.
What? Dude's so confused.
But yes,
Murder.
he did.
I know him. He has good intentions, but sometimes he just doesn't come off the right way. But also, I feel like there's something we've kept from you for a while, and I'm sure you all have picked up on it by now. Please look at these books. In whatever native tongue you speak, the people where you call home originally, your name is written in that style on the cover of each of these books.
Story of revolving in common.
Please take a look.
I'll start flipping through pages.
They're all blank. Take a look at this one. And he hands you Lulu's, Kudzu's, Kumi,
Mysterious elf woman.
and he hands the woman to you, Aurora Bella, is written on the cover. If you can, well, you could read Elvish. As you start thumbing through the pages, you can read what seems like a narration of their life. And you can see things that have happened to them, like woke up at this time and began a journey, went to training, met Kudzu. In each of these books, different plot points for their lives. If you spend a moment reading, you can see that this whole book is their life, all the way up until they've died, and then it's blank after that.
Is it the last page or is there more after?
There's more pages, but they're blank.
All of them?
So what are you telling us?
Well, if you turn back to your books,
Looks
please.
like we're fucking dead. Says that.
That would be what I would assume too, but do you believe in fate? Do you believe your lives are predetermined and you can't change them?
Do you want to get into time? Do you really?
Should I
heard
bring
it's nothing but a
Sirocco in here for that conversation?
I heard it's nothing but a construct.
You don't want to know what I
What's a
think about time.
construct?
Have you met Stevie?
I could go all day about what I think about time and how bullshit it is.
I make my own destiny. There's not a damn soul on any fucking world that dictates what Kai does with me own life.
What if I told you there were words in this book until you walked into his tavern?
Then why'd they go away?
You walked into this tavern.
So, me walking into this tavern erased what I did before coming here? Why? So is my story before coming here not important?
I don't know. All I know is what the books in my cathedral say. You each had stories beforehand, and this is what happens to adventurers who come here. You're giving your fate back into your hands.
So, what? If that's the case, then why are, like, the spiders not in this book that we killed, or all the other things that we've done here within this tavern? Every time we come back to this tavern and
You
our
truly,
story's over?
because you came here, you have changed your fate. And I'm sorry, Sirocco had a hand in that. You had a different destiny. Up until the point you walked into this tavern.
What were they?
I don't know.
That's what he's saying, they were our destinies. Now he's saying we're on Sirocco's destiny.
No. You're on your own.
From this moment forward.
From when you walked into the tavern. The decisions you have made since you walked in here are off script. These books are fucked. He puts them back into the table. You're free, truly, because of Sirocco.
So
I didn't ask for it.
anything we do is not going to be recorded.
Correct.
What makes us the anomaly? If everybody else has a story, everybody else in your cathedral has books written about them until they have perished, why are the 5 of us that could know fuck all about each other? Why us? What is us? What makes us 5 different?
I don't know. And there's no way for me to know now.
As you guys are discussing this, Kai takes out his calligraphy pen and, without really paying attention, I just...
Kai was here.
Kai watches as Zarin slaps Beatrix.
Oh, fuck.
And you write this into your book?
Yeah. I just want to see what happens.
Even though you know there should be ink coming out, doesn't seem to work on this book.
Oh, thank Christ. I thought I was about to slap the vampire lady. I was like, I'm rolling a new character.
I really appreciate that. As a DM, that was like, oh man, that gives me so. I could just fucking derail everything I had.
As a player, fuck you.
Why is it gonna be me?
As an onlooker,
Why's it gotta be
do
you?
it.
Why's it gotta be me?
You're not the one gonna get it.
I'm the one that's gonna die.
No, Kai intentionally wanted the passive person to hit the vampire because
God.
if destiny is destiny, Kai was basically testing fate just then.
I see
He's
what you're
also
saying.
probably the only one that could handle a lot of attacks either. So.
Interesting.
That was very interesting too.
Oh man. Now think about it. You're a fucking genius.
Thanks.
No, I'm still fucking.
I have my moments.
So, does anything ever come of this book?
I don't know.
So
Can I-
why keep the
Can I
book
do
that
an
doesn't
investigation
anything?
check?
What would you like to find?
What this book is for?
The purpose seems to have been your life. For somebody to pick it up and read it.
While this is
So
going
nothing
on.
gets written in the book until you die.
No, it's supposed to record everything you do
I know, but
until you die.
yeah, but we've fought stuff in
That's
the
what he's
tavern
saying.
and
We're an
done stuff.
anomaly for whatever reason. These
It's
books are
it's
not recording our
recording
information.
Our information.
I got
exactly.
you.
We're the anomaly.
While this is going on,
Anyway.
Kai whips out a tinder box, tears a page out, and lights, and let's see what happens.
Burns up like a piece of paper.
while he's doing all of that, and some of this is
I'm
going
pretty
on,
much in tinker mode right now, trying to
I'm
figure
gonna
this shit out.
be casting Identify on my book.
It's magical. You can tell that the purpose, it is as it has been described to you, that your life was in this book, or supposed to be, and if you can see, if you're identifying on the other, is this as a spell?
Mm-hmm. It's only one object, so it's the blank book, my blank book.
On your blank book, you can tell that it was meant to have your life story in it, all the way to the end. And the end, the beginning, and the middle is not there.
I looked through Aurora Bella's book near the end where she dies. Does Equinix seem honorable in that part?
Takes you a minute to get to the part, but seems that Equinix was unable to save her from the rope that slayed her, and did not have the means of bringing her back.
But like honorably he fought in a above board kind of thing.
All the way up until she died, and that's where the story stopped. Hard to tell what happened after that.
I want to grab another one of those books from like Lulu or Kumi or whatever.
Tub.
Yeah, sure. One of them. Can I read one of them?
You gonna read Tubbs?
Can I read one of them?
Yes, you can read, and he still has them.
Well, is it in a language I understand?
Yes. So for Tub and Lulu, it's in Gnomish.
Don't understand either one.
I'll take it and comprehend language. Hope it doesn't go awful.
Okay. So you cast Comprehend Language?
Yeah. What were you looking for?
We saved these 4 people. Does the story continue after they died then?
It does not. As you get to the end, you can see Equinix is there trying to save their lives. He, in this world entangled with just wilderness that has turned dark, and humans with like mushroomed out faces, and they're just oozing pus and spores, and they're spreading it. You can read in the last part that they seem to have been the last few people alive, and Equinix was desperately trying to fight to keep them alive when they were overtaken.
Soroka lied to us.
How did he lie to you?
He said they were a story and that they weren't real.
They
And
were.
yet you're in here.
They were a story. But they died.
How can something that is dead come back and exist in the material plane?
We figured out how to do that in the dream.
So you're telling me
they have a new book.
You're telling me that Kumi, Tubbs, and all the others are alive
Because of what you did. They're no longer bound to their fate either. It's
then they
not this-
fucking owe us. That's what it sounds like to me.
That's a very pirate thing to say.
That could be how you perceive it. To me, they're free, he says with a lot of bass in his voice.
What does freedom mean to you?
Now that is a very good question.
That you're free to decide your own fate. Or else it wouldn't have helped Equinix or Sirocco build this tavern.
Look, I want to help the best I can. I really do. You seem like genuine folks, and I like what you've done for us here. You've given us coin. You've kept a roof over our heads. You give us sustenance so we don't have to starve. Either way, whatever. But the missions that he's asking us to do are above and beyond what we are capable of at the moment. So if this training will help, I will give you the assistance that you are asking, but not before. I can't speak for my new friends here, but I'm called here for a reason. I pick up my book and I'm like, I don't know what kind of sorcery you have going on with this, or why this isn't writing my story, or why I'm the anomaly. Maybe the answer is here. But I will not step into that plane and risk my life beforehand.
Okay.
Could I see, Aurora? Could I see that book? Thank you. I go into my room with Stevie. I lock the door. And,
Equinix follows you.
Does he go to the hole?
Well, if you pick up the book with the intention to walk to your room, Equinix will say, the book is kind of special to me. What are you doing?
just want to test something out.
I'll join you.
I mean, we can do it right here. I pull Gladys out. What would happen if I put a hole through Aurora's book?
Then I'd have to hope that my memory's good. And he snatches the book from your hand. But I'd prefer not to.
There's a lot of shite going on here that I don't fucking understand, but I will definitely say I do not feel free in the slightest. And I grab my book and go to my room.
Okay. I just wanted to shed some light. He puts the Aurora Bella's book back into his coat. You don't have to go today or tomorrow. And in fact, from what it sounds like, it might not matter when you ever go. He would go if he could. But he's stuck here. I would go if I could. But I find myself in the same position as you. I've been weakened since y'all left the dream. But it's okay. We have time. And he looks over at Gentiana. And he picks up the remaining books. And
How thick were the books?
for y'all?
For all of them.
For y'all's were considerably bigger compared to everybody else's. Aurora Bella had a little bit of substance to her book as well, but everybody else seemed to have like kind of a thinner short story type feel to it. All right, well, enjoy your night. If you need anything, sorry to inconvenience you. Equinix gathers his things and leaves.
No, Stevie, hold it here.
What are y'all doing?
Trying to gather my thoughts
Okay.
and calm myself down. Mask is still black.
Zarin.
Same.
Beatrix.
Just thinking.
So what is this training? When is this training? Whenever?
From the way it seemed like you've been shown that there's a training room. They said you could train. I guess it would be up to you.
You just do it personally, no?
Whatever. I mean, is there someone you would like to train you?
I mean, if we're gonna train, I can't necessarily train myself if I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
So then, yeah, I would like a trainer.
Okay. Do you want to train with each other?
Yeah, I do, but I think they just need a minute. I was just curious. I've got this new longsword Kai got me. Just kind of want to practice it and learn how to use it.
Okay.
Are you asking as Ty or asking as Equinox?
I was asking his Ty.
Okay.
But so I understand your intentions now. Do you want to go talk to any of them, or do you want to go talk to Equinox or Sirocco or anyone that you've met in the tavern so far?
I guess I'll talk to.
I mean, you also remember that Aurora Bella was a paladin. I don't know if that helps you in your decision.
Is she still here though?
You haven't seen her, but you know of her. What about the rest of you? I've kind of put the ball back in y'all's court with some deep shit, right?
Yeah, man.
Dope.
After a while, cool down. The mask begins to move back to the other side of her face, and she realizes that she came off kind of harsh. And I understand that she kind of understands that they are just asking for our help, and we just kind of just fucking blew up on them. So, first thing she's gonna do is she wants to go find either Sirocco or Equinox, mainly Sirocco, and apologize for not coming down to him personally and telling him that she didn't want to take the mission and had to do it through somebody else, and that she would like to accept some form of training or some kind of other mission that she can help in or something like that.
Oh. Hey.
That's just me personally. I don't know if anybody else wants to come and do anything else with me.
That's perfectly fine. Yeah. I'm sorry if you feel like I've asked too much of you, and you know there might be a way to train. I'm sure someone here has compatible skill set to you. This is a tavern with tons of people who come in every day. There's got to be someone here that can help you train. But another idea, if y'all are up for it, I had extended it to Kai. If you would like to train with each other, fight each other, if anything major happens, we can heal you back up. That's one way. There's also an arena in the city. If you would like to go test your mettle against people in the city, I think you can go out and try and make a name of yourself in the arena.
Is this Equinox still in the...
This is Sirocco.
Sirocco.
And Gentiana come
I
up.
went to specifically talk to him.
Gotcha.
So, you let me know. AKA, PvP is enabled. In the training room.
Y'all are fucked.
I don't know what this y'all business is. Y'all are fucked. I'm not. I ain't going in there.
Well, he said they can heal you up.
Yeah.
So even if you
So
do
if you
damage.
do die, it's all good.
What?
He's a
Maybe.
pacifist.
Yeah,
they can bring
maybe.
you back.
Maybe.
Fine print.
Oh yeah, there's some fine print there. Have you ever heard of the Rush?
I can't say that I have. What is the rush?
It's the pact I have made.
As in a warlock pact?
Yes.
Like, you get your magic from the rush?
Yes.
Huh. What type of entity is the rush?
Pretty badass band.
It's... Hell, he materialized himself in front of me when I tried to kill myself.
Kind of... Thank goodness, right?
More or less, I guess. I was at a really bad point in my life where I didn't want to be alive anymore, obviously, when I tried to kill myself. And I brandished a blade, and you see this probably 12-inch blade, but it's got a blood stain on it. She goes, "This is the one that I did it with. I tried to kill myself with this blade here." She sheathes it and she unbuttons her blouse a little bit.
About damn
time. No.
Beads
Eyes
get
pop
thrown
out of the
at you.
head.
Beads get thrown at you.
She starts unbuttoning her blouse a little bit. It's okay. And there's a scar right here in the middle of her chest. This is proof that somebody wants me and believes in me to do something good. I believe that, and that's why I took this pact with this entity or whatever he is. But I've never met anyone else that has made a pact with this being.
Do you?
This patron.
Wow, that's heavy. I could understand how. Whoa.
Had a button in my shirt.
Yeah,
Put my
we
cleavage
caught
away.
it. That's what we were all.
Here, come across the bar.
Showed your chest to the bard.
Yeah.
If I had eyes, they would have like that.
So, not the first time someone showed me their scars. Definitely an interesting story. I haven't heard one like that before, and neither have I heard of the rush.
But can you see why I don't want to just throw my life away?
I totally understand.
I'm meant for something else. Maybe it is to help you, and I want to, but I need to become stronger and seal my pact that I've made a little bit more before I believe I can help you.
I would love to help you however I can.
I need somebody that can move really, really fast.
Like in and out quick.
No.
No.
Like faster than that.
Oh. I was.
It's a SpongeBob.
You don't understand how fast I can move.
Care to demonstrate?
I cast Expeditious Retreat on myself, and I take every single action, bonus action, and everything, and
Retreat.
movement. All three. Bonus action, and movement. And just to the other side of the bar.
Alright, how many feet is that in one go?
75.
105
Oh,
feet.
yeah, that's right.
And then right back.
Then 6 seconds later.
Fucking Roadrunner.
Oh my god. Wow. Oh my. That is remarkable.
That fast.
Yeah, you know what? There's gotta be a way we can help you here. I don't know what, but I'm willing. You just let me know. That's truly something I haven't seen before.
I'm sorry if I destroyed some things in your bar.
Um,
And people were picking up tables and chairs.
yeah, people are picking up tables and chairs and putting them back into place, and like people like someone like you like were really close to, their hair is blown back and they're kind of like looking up to see what the fuck is going on. Gamma Love, he's like on the other side of the bar and he looks and like, what the hell? Yeah.
Didn't mean to demonstrate in-house, but
Oh no. You don't have to apologize for showing off in this bar. I promise you that. I pray every day somebody does something like that.
well, there you go. I just did it.
Oh my gosh, that was amazing. So, I don't know what I can do for you right this second, but I am telling you I'm a huge fan of that. And anything I can do to help you get faster. Is that what you seek to do?
It seems like this is what it's meant to do. I don't know what else it can do so
It sounds
far.
like it with a name like The Rush.
That's what I'm getting at. I immediately could move faster as soon as he gave me the power.
Okay.
I haven't done that much yet, but I didn't know I could move that fast.
Me either.
Right.
Wow.
Me as a player did. She as a character didn't.
Okay.
I didn't know I could move that fast, but I'm getting faster apparently.
Wow. I imagine that if you went to the arena, you would make a name for yourself. That's for sure.
I might have to do that.
Is that something your crew is interested in? So.
I don't know, crew?
I don't know if you've heard of the fights that they have there. They have, of course, they have one-on-one fights. They have team fights, but they also have fights versus monsters, and they bring monsters in, and it's basically who can make it to the last battle. So at the end, there's a big prize pool as well, from what I hear.
Might have to talk to the... Oh, it doesn't talk to this, but... maybe something we are interested in. I for sure am. But I just need to hone my skills for sure.
Okay. Great.
So next time I don't destroy your bar.
That would be okay. We can replace that stuff easily.
Well, I will relay this information to the rest.
It was good talking to you. I'm glad we checked in.
Because expeditious retreat lasts for 10 minutes.
Oh my god. Gone. Like yesterday.
Just fly past the door, sit down.
I come out after hearing the whoosh sound of what the fuck was that?
The couches moved 30 feet that way.
Just
Yeah.
Oh, I thought I could fly for a second.
I'm just pointing at Tiana like, I don't. It was her.
Right.
Is everybody still in the room?
Yeah, my head is out my
Landed on the
door.
couch next to me.
What the hell?
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't know I could do that.
As I'm taking my piece of paper that I was writing my journal on, and there's like it was writing and then a giant mark. And I'm like,
Oh, like you're. That's great.
Did you just run up all 10 flights of stairs?
Yeah. I did. Hardly broke a sweat too. That's pretty fast, huh? So I think we can make some coin and a name for ourselves. Yeah.
I come all the way out of the door. You say coin.
I knew that would perk your ears up. They have team fights down at the arena, and we can hone our skills a little bit. Make a name for ourselves here. People can bet on us. We can win a little coin. Train ourselves up a little bit.
That's the first logical thing I've heard all fucking day.
Well, I went and apologized to Sirocco for being such a bitch to him. But he needed to know where we stood, so now he knows where I stand at least. But I imagine most of you feel the same way.
So you were saying coin? Arena?
Yes, the arena in the city.
It's not fights to the death, is it? Because
I'm not sure. I didn't get that far. I ran too fast.
I would ask that for the first sort of question.
Arena money machine?
No.
I'll be right back.
Yes! Making use of the expeditious retreat, son.
And while he's going, I'm just getting up and I'm pushing the sofa back to where it was.
Oh, you were just here.
My drink was here still. Sorry.
We could have had
This
that
is-
brought up to you.
This arena that
Yeah,
you speak of.
yes.
Is it fights to the death?
If you die, then yes. But you can submit. So, as in, you can
Forfeit.
give up.
You could forfeit, yes.
But sometimes they call the match whenever somebody's incapacitated. But sometimes accidents happen. From my understanding, people do die. But you can either forfeit or
Kill each other.
no, it happens. And so there's some powerful people in the city, but normally people are. It just depends. Sometimes they have to the death. Sometimes it's till submission.
Alright.
But when you're fighting monsters and those kind of fights, if you're fighting one of those team fights, then you don't really have much say in what the monsters do. We'll try and jump in there, people will try and jump in there, but there's only
What
so
kind of
much you
monsters
can
are
do.
you talking about?
He said we.
We got that? We picked up on it?
I meant to say people will.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
Sure.
Indeed.
Shruggo comes in there and kills us all.
What kind of monsters
You
you
wouldn't fight my people.
I've heard of them bringing trolls and ogres and
Those ugly fucks. Okay.
sometimes giant dire
With their
wolves. It just
bones.
depends. They're creatures from far off places that get wrangled up, and some of them get sold to the bestiary, but some of them make their way from the bestiary to the arena to be fought for spectacles.
Very well. Thank you. Has it been 10 minutes yet?
I don't think so.
As I finally moved the couch back just about to sit down.
Very nice.
I just get my shit and go to a chair, like a reclining chair, and just sit down.
I wonder if you ran in circles around me, if I'd just start levitating.
We might try that later. But
That would be pretty cool.
I think my time is running up. I can feel my energy depleting a little bit.
Yeah, don't do it now. I don't want to fall in midair.
Anyway, it can be to the death.
So there's options.
Yes, you can submit, forfeit, or beg for mercy if you wish.
Unconscious people tend to be really, really bad at saying they're going to forfeit.
I imagine if one of the 5 of us was unconscious and the rest of us weren't feeling too well, I believe we could muster the courage to say, we give up. But that is up to you all. Oh, excuse me. That is up to you all. Let my southern come out. But I'm going to go hone my skills, whether you allow to come or not. But
Oh, I'm right behind you. Stevie.
No, I feel like I've already used some of my spells for the day, healing his finger and stuff. I need to take a rest first, and then I'll go down to the arena.
I think that would be wise for all of us. It's been a day.
Or 2. Still don't know what time it is. Looking at the clock.
Probably still 4.
Is it moved?
Yeah.
How
What time
much?
is it?
It's like 5:20.
An hour past 4:20.
Alright,
It's time for the
It
second ball.
was 4:40 last time.
Mm-hmm.
been about 40 minutes. So in the morning then.
Aye.
As you all go to bed or whatever you do for the next 4 hours, since no one here requires an 8-hour sleep, that's where we will leave off for tonight.
Woo!
Man, that was so much fun. I want to say, everybody who's watching, thank you so much. We really appreciate it. If you enjoyed the stream, then please go ahead and subscribe if you have not already.
To our YouTube channel.
Yes, to our YouTube
Follow
channel,
us.
and follow us on Twitch. That sounds like a great thing that we would really enjoy it if you did. Either way, thank you so much, and we'll see you in the next video. Later.